Okay. Yo.
Yo!
Test.
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 Somebody in chat. Test.
Test. Test. Test. Hello?
Test.
Test. Okay. Test. Test. How do I
Hello.
sound on my end? Am I even
Okay.
live? How do I sound on my Test. End? Test. Say something, Thistle.
Something.
Say something, Thistle.
Welcome. Something. Welcome back. Hello.
Hello!
Listen, I was going to do something. I'm going to do it right now because it's been a long time. A long time coming. It's 2024 and the Hizzle Gaming Podcast is making a comeback. You are now entering the Hizzle Zone.
No, I'm sorry.
Letting
Hello!
it play. Letting it play.
Oh,
Letting it play.
hello!
Letting it play.
You're moving into a land of both shadow and substance, of things and
Yes,
ideas.
we're back.
Just
And we're back with a big one. This is a big podcast. We're going to go through Summer Game Fest. Ichiro.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Hi.
This is
I'm here.
and I'm Eric Thistle or something. I don't know. Maybe, possibly.
I don't know. We're rusty at this. It's been a while.
And we're gonna go through everything announced at the godforsaken wannabe E3 that is Summer Game Fest.
Oh yeah.
It was actually on the overall. It was actually had its ups and downs. The ups, surprisingly enough, the Xbox thing, the Xbox show, whatever you want to call it. The downs, you know, all the PC games. But whatever.
Yeah, I watched the PC showcase. Out of a handful of things on there, it was like a 2. Yeah, it was like a 2 out of 5.
So we're not going to go through all the games, and we're not going to hit all the PC games.
Oh yeah.
Except for maybe to make fun of a couple of them that look really stupid. There may be some grunting.
Yeah, mainly me.
Like grunting, like someone like efforting up a hill or something.
Wow.
Yeah, so Keeley's show started off with Lego Horizon Adventures.
Oh yeah.
It looks it. Oh shoot, that's an ad. No ads. Yeah. What'd you think?
Peggy
Was it
7.
what you expected?
Honestly, I did not think Lego would ever hit this franchise. I was not expecting a Lego game in the bingo card of 2024.
Right.
But it looks cool, from what I remember about it. It's because one, it is a beloved franchise of the PlayStation community, and it looks cool. I'm ready to fight some giant Lego monsters.
Yeah, my only comment is it's Lego robot dinosaurs, which is what everybody wants.
And it's Lego, which means the fights are going to be silly.
Yeah, well, it's obvious from the trailer it's going to be silly. It doesn't have to be silly, but it is.
Oh yeah.
But Lego, big fucking Lego robot dinosaurs? Yes. That's a thing. It doesn't matter if it's Horizon or not. They could have called it Lego Robot Dinosaur, the game, and it would have been just as good.
Coming this season to Nintendo Switch and PS5. And that's it. Oh, and PC.
Yeah, and it's launching on PC on day one too. And people are like, why is PlayStation putting out a game on PC on day one? It's because it's not 100% PlayStation.
Yeah.
It's at TT Games or whatever. They make the Lego games, and yeah. So
They're like,
whatever.
yeah, we want to make a lot of money. We don't want to make some money.
This was like probably my favorite game of this Game Fest, and they
Yeah.
showed it at the beginning, and then right after that, Keeley went into this thing about how it's the year of the double A or the small and indie mid-sized studio,
Yeah, they did.
and he was like, AAA games are nice and everything, but oh my god, the top-selling PC games are all Power World and fucking zombie apocalypse, whatever. I know it's Vampire Survivors, but whatever. And those aren't necessarily terrible games, but they're not like I would consider high quality.
Yeah.
But whatever. So then, right after that, it was like it's the indie studios, and then it was Harry Potter.
It introduced some girl I've never heard of before. He didn't even use her name. She used like some streaming title name or something. And she was like, yeah, Harry Potter is going to be a thing. And then I was like, oh, maybe cool. Maybe some Hogwarts DLC or something like that. Nah, it goes into Harry Potter's Quidditch Champions.
Yeah, he's like, it's the year of the indie, and then it's like straight into Harry Potter. WB Studios Quidditch Champions, which there's no way I'm playing this unless it's free.
I won't play unless it's free either.
So,
There was this old PC game, not old, but well, in terms of now, it's probably old now. It's probably like 5 or 6 years old, and it was a ding ding game, aka builder kind of thing. And you played as a wizard, and in that game you could fly around on brooms and stuff. And people in that community actually made maps for Quidditch, so you could fucking play Quidditch in an off-brand game that had nothing to do with this because these games did not exist. Now people are like, oh yeah, we can play this. But if this is like $70, this has to be like a $30 game, $40 game at max. This can't be a $70 game.
yeah, I wouldn't play this unless it was free. Period. End of story. And I probably wouldn't even play it then.
It comes out. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
I'm done. I don't care.
Oh, it comes out September 3rd of this year. So.
Okay. And then they go into No Room in Hell, which, again, I think I'm done. Like, why would you play this game and not Left 4 Dead? I'm just curious. Like,
I think the purpose of this is the fact that it's like, hey, it's No Room in Hell. It's a co-op game, but it's an 8-player co-op game.
And what is Left 4 Dead?
This one I think is probably more open world based, whereas the Left 4 Dead is more you're trying to escape a map. So there's possible that this is a I've never played No More Room in Hell, so I don't know if this is a ding ding game or if it's just pure survival carnage.
But yeah, again, it was like, oh, the year of the indie, and then they show this.
Honestly, I didn't think it was Year of the Indie. It feels like Year of the Zombie. I've seen so many zombie games coming out. It's just like, guys, can we stop with zombie games for like a few years, maybe? Like, why not do this? But instead do Aliens or something, something different.
Well, something different is Star Wars. And again, we're going in order of the way they announced or showed shit. And again, the year of the indie.
Yeah.
And the mid-sized studio, and then they show the Star Wars teaser.
Oh yeah, which
Um,
we will talk about at length later. I'm pumped for this one at least. Oh god damn, that's loud. IGN. But
yeah, it was what they showed at Game Fest was just a story trailer. So it's Star Wars, Star Warsy stuff.
okay,
Then they showed Civ 7,
okay, yeah.
which
I guess people wanted another Civilization game. Now this is a very popular franchise. I honestly wasn't. This was not on my bingo card because I never really remember to think about this game as it's like, hey, here comes another game from Civ. Then we'll see you 10 years from now because it feels like it's about that much of length between games. But wasn't like the big announcement for this was that it's launching on consoles on day one as well, or it's coming to consoles first and then PC? I can't remember.
think that that's a thing. The console version for this game is usually different because
Different controls.
it's because there's not enough controls to make shit work, and so they have to automate a whole bunch of the things
Okay.
for it to actually work on console.
Yeah.
Again, this is not a game you really want to play on a console, I don't think.
I know people are gonna buy this game at full price. I will put. This is a game I will get when it goes on deep sell. I like strategy based games, but it's these kind of games I only play like for maybe like a couple days, and then I'm set for like the year, not touching it again.
Well, if you play this game for a couple of days, that's one game of Civ 7. Because that's how long it takes to play one.
That's
game.
if I have the patience to sit through a full game. I have the bad habit of just like, oh okay, restart. Because I will screw up along the way somewhere, and I just was like, eh. Yeah.
Dragon Ball Sparkling Zero. I don't particularly like any of the Dragon Ball games, so
I love Dragon Ball.
stop. They could just stop.
I fucking love this. Now, the fact that they call it Sparkling Zero, I have no idea why. But I actually might get this. So, I'm excited for it.
Yeah, nah, I'm not 12, dude, so I don't like this shit. They can stop it.
You son of a bitch!
The Dragon Ball game that I played, the most recent one, I don't remember what it's called, like Evo or something.
Okay.
Evo 2 or it's like open world. It's one of the shittiest games I've played. It's so fucking boring but
this is if I'm thinking right, this is not open world but more they're going through the timelines again and you're just going through the fights. It's more of an open map, but a lot of times these maps get cleared out so quick. I remember playing a couple of these games like this, and you'll do these boss fights, and it can be rough. Other times it's like going through a WoW raid with someone who has like a gear score of like 450, and everyone's just one-hitting everything. So, I plan on checking this one out.
yeah, I just never felt like there were any mechanics other than fucking mash buttons till you get your like overpower shit and then like go super power and fucking kill it. And that was like everything in the game, like everything you played. I don't know, but I guess there's like fighting Dragon Ball games that are more strategic, I guess. But I don't think that's what this one fits into. I think this is another fly around and fucking smack the shit out of stuff game. And then they showed a VR game.
Oh,
which,
yeah.
If they were actually putting out games for VR, this would be fucking cool as hell. The way they showed it was like super intriguing, but nobody has VR.
Yeah.
So
this is a big decision. Like, oh, do you want the Sony headset too? Thing is, though, there's no games for it, or do you want to get the MetaQuest, which I guess is like the popular VR headset.
Yeah, this game's not coming to Sony's VR.
Yeah, and I'll be like, man, maybe I'll pick this up. Maybe I'll get the MetaQuest instead of the Sony headset, just so I can play this.
They're not supporting VR enough to get to purchase the hardware. They're just not putting on enough, the right kind of games or enough of them.
Yeah.
I don't know where the fucking sports games are. Where are the fucking VR sports games?
Isn't there? I thought there was a Madden one, wasn't there?
No, it's some shitty fucking like quarterback VR quarterback simulator shit. That's fucking stupid. It's not even like a full. It's not a full like football experience. It's like you throw a couple balls at your receivers and that's it. Like, where's my baseball game? That's like a full-blown baseball game where I can like make my character and fucking get in VR and take some swings. Where is it? Nope. I don't have it. There's a golf game, but I think about people spend money like on golf.
Yeah.
Right? And they spend money on these huge fucking like rooms with these mats, right? Where they show the course on this big giant like green screen mat that you hit the ball into. And then based on how you actually hit a real ball into this giant mat. And then it like figures out where your shot would go in real life and shows it like on a course in real life. So you don't actually have to be in real life at the course. So you can get this like movie theater golf simulator thing for your house. People spend tens of thousands of dollars on that, and they could just fucking do it in VR, and it would be
way cheaper,
just as good. And they don't. They bring out everybody's golf, which is not like the worst thing in the world, but it's a cartoon golf game. Like at least it's golf.
Didn't they release a PGA game this year, or is it like every other year they do PGA?
There's a PGA controller game every year, but there's no like VR like, well, I can go play Pebble Beach in VR. There is, but you got to pay like 10 grand for it. It's not on like the cheap system. It's not like a PSVR title or anything. And this shit is cool. Like, I played Batman Arkham VR, and it's cool. But how many games are there like that? And there's just not enough. And then it's like, now this is exclusive to MetaQuest 3, so it's just not a winner right now. I get why they're still trying.
VR is very niche.
No one's gonna buy a MetaQuest for this game. I'm sorry, but
if you get a MetaQuest, you'll probably pick up the game. But you're not gonna buy a MetaQuest for one single game. You want an experience. So you want like that Star Trek Bridge Crew game, or that basically that Beat Saber game. Beat Saber is like the big one. If you're gonna get a VR headset, Beat Saber is like a game that you have to have.
Yeah, I know. I got my VR headset, the first one, and the day that I got it, I just went crazy and like filled my library with as many VR things as I could.
Yeah.
And that's what you need in order to sell the VR headset. You need like a whole library, not just like, you're not gonna go get it for like one game. So I don't know. But then that was it for VR in the show, pretty much. I mean, PlayStation showed some stuff at their thing, but for the Summer Game Fest, there really wasn't a whole lot of VR. In the PC gaming show, there was, but Street Fighter some more shit. Don't care. You care?
No, I.
Year 2 of Street Fighter 6.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about these kind of games. they bore me. I tried playing them when I was younger. They were rage inducing, and I learned early on. I'm like, I'm not good at these, so I'm not even gonna bother.
And then the Blumhouse guy came out, and he was like, "I'm a horror game dude."
I'm
And then
a horror movie dude who wants to get into the gaming franchise. So now I'm gonna make a bunch of video games that is probably gonna put my company under bankruptcy because he doesn't seem to understand the prices of making movies, and games are vastly different. In video games, gamers are way more critical than moviegoers. And
yeah, they showed a bunch of weird fucking horror games.
You can ship out broken products, and it's gonna hurt you. Whereas if you just ship out a bad movie, it's like, well, I made a bad movie. I can get other people to invest in to make another movie. I don't know. I like Blumhouse. I've seen some of their movies. I like the Blumhouse movie where it's like a horror comedy that's like Groundhog's Day or whatever. It's like this girl keeps reliving her birthday over and over, and she keeps getting murdered on it. And I thought that was pretty fun. But yeah, I mean, we'll see when they actually show stuff.
Yep, not for me at all. Zero interest. Nothing. I won't watch their movies. I don't care. I don't like horror, and I definitely don't want to see 70 games that are made with shit graphics where you shoot shit with shotguns that looks weird.
Hey, look, it's
has a bunch of blood.
Hey, look, it's not.
Care.
Yeah. Now then they went off and started like, hey, we're gonna go for the nostalgia effect for those of you from like the '90s. We're gonna show you Power Rangers because we want to be successful like TMNT. And this is gonna be the people who bought in TMNT. They're gonna get this game. That's basically it. It's just a old style arcade beat 'em up co-op game.
5 players.
Mm-hmm.
This is actually when I was watching the actual show. This is when the chat got excited.
Oh, really?
Retro fucking power. Yeah, they were shitting on every game that they was shown until it got here, and then all of a sudden, the chat was like, "Oh my god, retro Power Rangers!" And
really?
I'm like, why are you excited for? Why don't they make a new Power Rangers game? Why don't they make a full 3D Power Rangers 5-player co-op game? Why are they bothering with this shit?
I literally just was like,
not that people won't play it. I know people will play it. I'm just saying. It's 2024, dude.
This is a game that if it shows up on Game Pass, I may try it, but I'll never play it by myself. Someone will be like, "Hey, man, I got this game. You want to try it?" And I'll be like, "Sure."
Well, we played Turtles.
You asked us like, "Hey, do you want to try it?" And I'm like, "Sure." That's how I played that game. I'm not
we beat the game in one night.
Yeah, it was like it took us like 3 hours to beat the whole thing, and then we're like, oh, so you're just supposed to just keep replaying this over and over and over. Now we're good, and we uninstalled.
Yeah.
We were like, we're done. Delete.
I'm not saying that you wouldn't play this or that you wouldn't have fun playing this. My thing is, why don't they just? It's a big franchise. Why not just make a big game with it? Why pussyfoot around with some?
It's called money.
Bullshit.
And
I mean, they don't have a budget.
Yeah, the people who have the franchise rights to it, they don't want to spend the money on that. They have Power Ranger cons, and I think that's the most money they actually put into that whole thing. Power Rangers is based off of the Japanese show Seinen Rangers. All the stuff when you see them like in the suits and the kung fu, that's Japan. When you see them fighting outside of the suits, that's the American actors or the British actors or whatever. But whenever they're in the suits, that's all the stuff they just took from Japan and just put it on. And then they just dub over. I mean, it has its fan base. So, I remember watching 2014's Power Ranger remake. thought that movie was god awful, but it still made me laugh because I was like, oh my god, they went for the cheese.
It's god awful, dude.
Yeah.
It is god awful. It's god awful, and it copied fucking Voltron. Okay?
Yeah, it is. Sand and
Voltron-
Rain is a they ripped off Voltron.
Yeah, make a Voltron game. Fuck Power Rangers. Make a goddamn Voltron game where you fucking getting mechanized cats and you fucking merge into Voltron. Because this game won't have you merging like into the big. Maybe it will, but what they showed is just you running around with 4 other people.
They should have made
2 buttons.
they should have made this game, but with He-Man villains, so people can go, "Ma, I'm fucking Skulltron, bye bye."
I mean, if you're gonna play on a franchise and a pretty big one,
yeah.
make
Power-
a game, dude. Make a fucking full blown game. Don't fucking pussyfoot around with pixel graphics and 2D fighters.
Just because you got Bob and Tim and Bill from college who reminiscence from the 90s that want to make this game doesn't mean you can't hire like 15 or 20 other people and give these people a half decent budget and give them access to an engine that can actually do something. I mean, Unreal Engine 4 is still a thing, and it's fairly easy for devs to use, so they can use that and make an actual game. Sure, heck, you could even make one of those Telltale story games kind of thing, where it's like there's some gameplay and you make choices. I'm pretty sure that would be popular.
Yeah, I don't want them to fucking fool around with this 2D shit anymore, or pixel graphics.
Well,
No, it's not cool. Listen, it's not cool. Don't be in the chat in YouTube and being like, "Oh my god, it's a 2D fucking fighting game with 3 buttons." I love it. That's what I want. No.
The reason why they made it 2D and like this is so it could play on the Nintendo Switch and the Xbox Series S.
Yeah, and a lot of people will buy it. They will. I'm not saying it's not going to make money or like they made a financial decision with the budget.
No.
What I'm saying is you're asinine if you're in the fucking chat and you're like, "This is my game. This is the best game I'll show." That's what people were saying. This is the best game? Come on, man. I fucking play some of it if I don't have to do an Applebee's commercial. Oh, yeah, but listen, if this is your game of show, then why do you buy any new video games at all? Just play old shit. Literally, go fucking buy Battletoads on your Super Nintendo or whatever the fuck, and sit there and play that shit. Because look at this shit.
Better yet, why don't they just go get that Super Nintendo Lite that Nintendo sells that has like 100 games on it and just plug that shit in and play that, and you can get it for like $60.
Yeah, there's no. I don't think they showed any like transforming into the big dude, unless it was like a cartoon cutscene.
That's probably a cutscene.
But like, come on, man, you want to play this? Really? Go get yourself an arcade cabinet.
I can't.
50-year-old fuck.
Listen, I can't fucking play these games because I can't keep track of my character. Because everybody's on the same screen, so then I'll start focusing on other people's character and thinking it's mine.
It showed the Zords. It showed them.
It showed the Zorgs? Okay, yeah, okay.
A little bit, yeah. And there's like driving. What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't think it's actually driving.
This looks awful. Like if this is your there's Voltron. Okay, you can transform into Voltron. Like,
you mean make him morph?
I don't know what the fuck. Listen, if that's your game of show, like what?
It's cool that they're using the original and using Rita, because that was the best era of the Power Rangers, in my opinion. And I think other people know that too, because all the spin-offs were just straight garbage. Alright, that's enough of Power Rangers.
I don't know anything about the different...
well, this show was airing when I was that age. Like, so when I was like 5 or 6 years old, this show was airing. So it was like perfect for me. It was my brain shut off.
And I watched Voltron.
So
And they had to save the princess in every episode.
Yep. And then the next they showed I thought was going to be a Gundam, which is basically Gundam, but it's not. It's a, I want to. What is it? Do you think it's a 5v5, a 3v3, or co-op game maybe?
I thought this game looked better than Power Rangers.
Oh yeah, it
And I don't
clearly
even
does.
like these mech games. I don't
Well,
even like
I think they also said something like there's also PVE in this.
Okay.
So like you can like you and two others team up and you fight.
Definitely
computers.
look like Gundam.
Yeah, I thought this was a Gundam game at first. And then I thought it was another mech anime franchise. Armored Core or whatever it's called. And no. But I saw a lot of people were hyped about this. I guess it's based off of so in Japan there was these areas where you like, oh, build your Gundams and all that other kind of stuff, but you can also do these sit in these VR like game booths kind of thing where like it screens all around you and stuff and you're in a chair and all that other kind of stuff and you fight as a Gundam in it. And I guess it's based off of that game. Whereas it's the combat for that style of game.
Yeah, I thought this looked better than. I mean, it's like Xenogears. Think Xenogears Cross Gundam. Okay. First Descendant. I thought there was a beta for this game, but it's a shooter.
I don't remember this.
It's made by Nexon, so it's.
Oh yeah, that's why I
I.
wrote it out because Nexon is notorious for. A lot of people tend to forget about Nexon games.
Yeah,
Aren't they the people that did like the Perfect
It's gonna
World
be a looter
or whatever?
shooter, and they'll have a battle pass or some shit.
Yeah, I think I remember watching someone play the beta of this or something. I don't know. I mean,
Alan Wake 2 DLC. You said you were fucking ready to, like, buy it for your entire bank account.
oh yeah, this is actually one of the few things I actually enjoyed from this Summerfest.
Dude came out on stage and started dancing and shit, and you got all
Yeah,
excited.
I was excited, man. There's a fucking whole, there is a whole fucking chapter in that game where the dude is tripping balls, and it's a fucking like, it takes about 30 minutes to get through that level, and it's just a rock opera the whole time. So you're just like shooting and killing things as you're going through like the trippiest shit ever, and it's just like Swedish heavy metal rock.
Same as
operas.
Control. Control has a section like that too. Same developer.
Yep. But I'm excited for that
But they
because
actually in this DLC they actually have the character from Control.
yeah,
I forget her name.
Control is actually the prequel to Alan Wake. It turns out it's all chronological. So Control, then Alan Wake 2, and then there's another game franchise that is the Rockstar it's a
Quantum
Rockstar
Break.
game. It's give me a second and I'll pull it up. Related to
The Rockstar game. What?
yeah, because the guy who owned it sold the rights to Max Payne.
Oh, Max Payne.
Yeah.
That's a good game.
So Max Payne is technically because there's a character in here that is supposed to be Max Payne, but they had to rename him. So, but yeah, Max Payne, Alan Wake, and Rockstar or Quantum or Control are all related, and so yeah. I hope that Rockstar gives this studio rights to Max Payne. I'd
Control
love to.
has a wild section in it where
Yeah.
the whole fucking world turns into a music video.
Yeah, it's
It's very wild.
yep. Only thing I didn't like about Alan Wake 2 is I saw some fat dude's penis. I was like,
I'm glad you brought that up. Great. Let's see. Then we got EA revealed that they're a big corporation and that they're making a skate game.
they're making a skate game to try to get away from Tony Hawk's popularity.
Listen, You want to play a game with a skateboard in it? Go get Riders Republic. It's way better than this shit will ever be. I'm sorry, but
This trailer was bad.
the whole thing that they did with this was so cringe.
I remember one of the early E3s or whatever. They announced a skate game, and they brought in like some people to
Did
do
they
stunts.
bring out Tony Hawk on?
Well,
fucking
no, they brought
Smoke?
out. Well, no, because they couldn't use Tony Hawk because Tony Hawk has his own video game franchise. He made bank off of that. But no, they brought out some other skaters, and they were like in the background doing tricks and stuff while they're showcasing the game or something along those lines.
Valorant had a trailer for their console release.
Leave it to EA to drop another Valorant update. Oh yeah, that's right, for consoles.
Valorant's made by Riot, not EA.
It's, in my opinion, they're the same company.
No, EA and Riot are totally. Riot is League of Legends.
All right, EA is that other one.
EA is they make mostly sports games.
They make that Fortnite clone. That's right. I can't remember what it's
EA
called.
makes Apex Legends.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking they're the same because they're both cartoony-ish.
And then Among Us said they were gonna make a bunch of different games. The Among Us studio.
Yeah,
And that's when I said to you that I would think this would be successful. It was like $20 for like 7 games.
and then they
That
also
were like this.
they also announced that they're doing a TV show. If I remember
Yes,
right.
they did.
They actually have a half.
It's a cartoon, but
Yeah, they have a half decent cast. Let's see. IMBD. Who do we have?
So what are they gonna do? Kill each other the whole episode, or what?
Oh, it's probably gonna be like sarcastic humor.
Like, oh look, Barry came out of the vent again and killed fucking Gary. Oh no!
Let's see. They got Dan Stevens who plays Blue. Patton Oswalt plays White.
Wait, the character's name is just White?
Yep. Elijah Wood is playing Green.
Wow.
Phil Lamar is playing. Wow, the black guy's playing Brown.
Racist.
Liv Hussein is playing Black. Debra Wilson, Yellow. Yvette Nicole Brown is Orange. Yeah, there's a variety of cast. Like, I only recognize Randall Park, Patton Oswalt, Elijah Wood. Those are the 3 names that I know. Oh, and Wayne Knight. So, it's probably going to be some sarcastic comedy. Or they're probably just going to make
It's gonna be
raunchy jokes at each other.
Kid humor where they kill each other.
Yeah, it's a
dead.
Oh wow, runtime 49 minutes. Huh.
Next game.
Okay.
Is the only Ding Ding game that I'm considering playing for a while.
The Ding Ding
And
game is making a comeback.
No release date though for Dune Awakening. No open beta, no nothing. So
They I think they should have had a gameplay trailer somewhere for this.
man, they are missing game developers are missing the boat on some of these massive franchises that are really killing it in movie form or long series form on like Netflix. They're missing the boat because look at what Fallout did for old ass Fallout games that aren't even good. Look at what Fallout did for those Fallout games. People started playing Fallout and Last of Us so much that if Microsoft had a Fallout DLC or a Fallout game lined up with the television show, oh my god. And then Dune is fucking huge. right? And it's like, I know they probably wanted to queue it up around the same time and probably took longer for them to make this game. But
It's the Conan
man,
Exile people.
yeah, man, this game is like, this is what you want, okay? Listen, Power Rangers, great. No, this is what you want. Do a big ass fucking uh modern uh you know updated engine 2024 multiplayer building Dune universe game. That's
Yeah.
what you want. You don't want fucking Power Rangers 2E Fighter. Like, I mean, you would want a big ass Power Ranger game, right? I would think. Maybe one where you can make your own Power Ranger. That'd be cool. But whatever. But yeah, this one is something I'm gonna play on day one.
Oh yeah.
Unless they show it again and it looks like absolute garbage. Um, because
Conan went through its
right.
hiccups, and it was a good game, but it's like it's basically these games are. Ark is the imagine basically the one that started this whole kickoff because Ark made this kind of game time or these games popular because Ark was around for like a couple years before you saw another ding ding game like this.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense too because it's like, okay, you're gathering, like you're gonna have the spice, you're gonna have the trades,
Oh,
and
yeah.
like resources are gonna be very, very valuable because it's the fucking Arrakis is a shitty planet. There's nothing on it. So it makes a little bit more sense as a survival game than Conan did. Conan really playing Conan, you really didn't feel like it was fucking Conan. You know what I mean? Other than like the opening like sequence, you're like, this has nothing to do with Conan. Come on.
There is moments of Conan in there, but it's like just hints. It's not actually he's not in there.
They show him in the opening trailer, but
Well,
other than that, like
he's also
there's really not a Conan universe. It's just a big buff guy with a sword.
he's
It's not. There's no universe. There's no world building in Conan. There's nothing. It's just they drop me in a desert and I have to survive. Like that's generic as fuck.
that's cool.
Like Dune has an actual universe behind it. Like there can be some interesting like can you get the voice in this game? Can you like get powers? Can you ride a fucking worm? Those are the questions I have. If I see this another version, if I see another trailer for this game and they show gameplay and it's generic, I'll be out.
I'm watching gameplay of it right now. uh, yeah, I don't know. IGN just went off on its own there when I clicked play. But yeah, it shows like a bunch of interesting things. Like they're walking around. Like of course you can fly the fucking little, the dragonfly copter or whatever it is. It's the ding ding game.
I would expect you to be able to do that, but what I'm saying is they need to make it more interesting than
Now.
like I go farm shit and then I build a hut. And
Yeah.
then,
Well, I guarantee you're gonna have to get materials, but I wonder like what kind of materials you're gonna get. Like, are you gonna have to go spice hunting? Like,
yeah, you better. It better be part of it.
are you gonna have to walk really dumb on the sand dunes?
Yes.
Where you have to do the little dance.
Mhm.
Oh man.
1000%. That better be in the fucking game. It's part
Uh.
of the franchise. It's like Harry Potter without fucking magic, right?
Oh yeah. All right.
Okay, so then we
Please augment.
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
Honestly, this was look good for me. Mind you, my brain goes, I want to play this, but I know for a fact that I would probably fail at playing this game because it is so fucking hard. They do not handhold you at all. They don't give you directions or nothing. It's like, and also in this franchise, you have to pick and choose what you want to do, because like, oh, somebody goes, "I need your help, bro," and you're like, "Okay, I'll help you," but then if you run off and do something else, he's already going off and fighting other people, and then there's a chance that he may fail and die, and then you just lose access to that quest altogether.
Yeah, I fall off the train,
and
on
it's all
this
first
game
person.
because it's first person, and honestly, I don't
Yes.
want to hit shit with a sword in first person. No, no.
Oh,
thank you.
dude, the what was hard for me was the fist combat, because you had to block and dodge, and then yeah, and it's also stamina based too.
Because look how cool it just looked with them riding up on the horses. Like, it's fantasy universe. It's like swords and shields and armor and shit. And they show you riding up on the hill, and then like they show gameplay, and it's like you with a sword, like going. And
Okay.
that's 10 years ago, but they did show some sexy time.
Yeah, they do show. Oh yeah, they show some sexy time.
And then they show a guy getting tortured and some sexy time, and like one of those things is true. But yeah, I mean, if this was a third-person game, I would play it, no doubt. Right? But like, look at that. That looked cool. And then they showed the gameplay of you shooting the bow in first person. Oh, or like this shit. It looks cool. The cutscene, you're like stabbing the dude and parrying, and then they show like the actual gameplay, and it's you like swinging a sword in first person, like, oh.
Isn't the people who made this? They have to be a fan of the Bannered game franchise. It's like it's a PC game. Lords and Banners or something.
I will just say, and when I see,
Mountain Blade.
When I see this game, and then I see the gameplay and it's first person, I completely fall off the wagon. Same thing with Slitterhead. It's a first person shooter, and I just fall off the wagon completely.
This is a game that I actually forgot.
Yeah, Slitterhead is like an animal possession game, or it's like horror or something.
Okay.
But it's first person also. So, but again, as we go through these, other than the Among Us like small games and like the Bloomhouse, smaller games, like not a lot of indie shit. We're about to get to some of it, but Slitterhead is kind of a smaller studio.
It's a horror game, isn't it? Yeah. Oh God, I just saw some gameplay of it and what? Okay. That's messed up. It turned into a tentacle monster.
Yeah, a lot of tentacles, a lot of horror, shit, animal possession, stuff like that. Delta Force, Hawk Ops. Honestly, I think I went to go take a shit during this trailer. It's a PC shooter. Fucking.
Oh, it's based off of Black Hawk Down.
Okay.
Like this, I think the story mode of this is supposed to be following the Black Hawk Down sequence.
And like I said before, if you're not gonna go big, then don't make a first person shooter. If you don't have something beyond like just regular shooting and combat, that's just my opinion. Like, I don't need 700 different military shooters
that all do the same thing.
Well, they all try to do the same thing, right?
Oh yeah.
And then we get to the fucking Killer Bean GTA.
I forgot about that. I was like, "Is this Mr. Potato Head?" Oh my God!
I thought it was a turd running around at first.
I thought it was like Potato Head. I was like, "Oh no, what the fuck?" Oh man, I'm pumped. I honestly, I would play this game if it drops like like on PlayStation Plus or like one of the monthly games, or if it's on Game Pass, or if it's on sale for like $10 or $15, I'll get this.
You know how serious this game is when IGN like doesn't proofread their one paragraph they wrote about it, and they spell car. They say the ability to drive card and jet skis. I think they meant to say cars here, and they didn't even proofread their own article, and like that's how serious this game is. Like that couldn't be more of a tell. It looks like they took, and I was saying this during when I was watching it. It looks like they took Unreal 4, like city and car
Yeah.
graphics, and then they just were like, "Fuck it, throw a bean in there."
Yeah.
And make it silly, which is fine. Like again, but don't pretend this is what you wanted though. The chat was going crazy for this shit. Oh my god, it's a fucking killer bean game. No, don't pretend like this is what you want. No.
They want it for the meme.
It's just the PC gamers are like, look at how stupid this is, and I want it. It's a bean with a gun. I mean, we're gonna get to Power World soon. It's the same shit.
I forgot. The next game. That's enough of the bean game.
Enough of the bean game. Actually, we're probably gonna kind of skip over the next couple.
A Wanderstop trailer reveals cozy game with dark secret.
This is one of the ending games where you like make tea.
Oh, it's the people who made the Stanley Parable.
Listen, the trailer was like she's gardening. And
that's right. This is the game that we said. We both said it.
This is not what you wanted to really do. But then they didn't show anything.
This is the game where you and I are like, yeah, this is gonna be a flat game.
I thought at first, but then they were like, "But you have a deep, dark secret." And then they didn't show anything.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
So, like, is the whole game farming, or is it like? There's more to it?
Oh my god, I actually bought a game like this for my Switch. I played it for 20 minutes and then I turned it off, uninstalled it, and threw the cartridge back into the case. I'm like, never touching this again. It was a Square game too.
I don't know if this whole game is like farming and shit.
I got a feeling it's a mixture.
If it actually has something to it.
It's probably a mixture of like combat and farming. You probably have to farm so you can get food and supplies, and then you have to go out and fight things and get materials to make things stronger. And it's basic, beyond basic. But yeah, okay, I remember this now. Yeah.
Then they showed a big update to New World, and I don't know if this is free for everyone or if it's something you have to buy.
I thought I heard something about New World was shutting down.
No, they're getting a huge update in October. They just announced it.
I can't remember. I thought I saw something like off of Asmongold's channel or something talking about it. But I guess not. Okay, cool. That's good for it. It's still a thing. It's a game that looked like it was really fun, and then there's a lot more content for it now. Maybe I might go back and try it out. I mean, I already own it, so. What was next?
I don't know if New World is also coming to consoles.
It says PC and consoles.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
I thought New World was already.
It's fully cross-playable, but like in October it comes to PlayStation and Xbox.
Nice.
So New World is coming to consoles.
So that should boost the numbers.
That's something you wanted to.
Well,
check
honestly,
out.
that's a good thing for you because if I remember right, weren't you playing New World on your PlayStation controller?
No, I never did that.
Okay.
I tried to play WoW on a controller.
Okay, I can't remember. There's the Power World update. I may reboot the server back up for that. I'll let I'll let the guys in Discord figure that out if we want to try this back out. We already all own it, so free update the trier for a month and then put it away. Monster Hunter Wilds was like the big ending one,
Hey,
right?
you don't want me to put my 10 cents in? It took them 18 months to come out with an update for Power World. They made like $1 billion.
Yeah.
Go hire some people. You made a shit ton of money. Your game is popular. Go fucking hire some. Like, learn from Helldivers. Hire some fucking people and keep your game going.
Hire
'Cause
some
your-
people, fire your CEO, and bring in a new one.
Your game was literally top of the fucking heap. And it's dead now. It's a dead game. Like, no one is fucking playing this shit anymore. Not because they wanted to stop playing it. If you would have gave them shit to do, they would have kept playing it. But you took all this money and now you're like, well, maybe I should put some shit out so we can get some more money.
Right now on Power World, based on Steam charts, this is just right now, there is 19,806 people playing.
Yeah, but this game was literally like 2
Oh, I know.
million players.
Its peak was at
At a time.
2.1 million. It was at nearly 2.2 million.
It got up to like record numbers on Steam. Like it was close to like the record. And all they had to do was, and it wasn't even free to play. It was you had to pay.
It was $30. I know.
And all they had to do was take the fucking $60 billion or whatever, 600 million, I don't know what it is. They take the $600 million they made and put 100 million of it back in the game, and they would have had players, and this will bring players back. Like you just said, you're gonna come back. But
I'll have to reboot the server back up and then to max out the fucking XP gains to get all the end gear shit so we could do this stuff. But yeah.
But the one thing I will say about Power World is there's no fucking battle pass. There's no fucking like in-game store, at least not yet. And you can have your own server and all that shit. So like from that perspective, they did a good job of staying away from that shit.
Yeah.
But they did make a boatload of money.
Yeah.
So the next game, Monster Hunter, I will say before we talk about Monster Hunter Wilds, Monster Hunter, fucking Rising Sun, or what's it called?
Rise. Just Rise.
Rise. Monster Hunter Rise is coming to PlayStation Plus in like 2 days.
Yep. It's their RPG game. It's Monster Hunter's RPG. Rises.
Yeah, so good chance to partake in Monster Hunter if you haven't already.
Mm-hmm.
But this is like the new Monster Hunter Wild. So
This is their new big one. This is the new big game for them. Which it looks cool.
Crossplay is good, and they're doing all the things they should do.
Yep.
And they have a very popular franchise, and they're just kind of keeping it rolling.
They don't. Luckily they don't put it out something like every year. They put something out like every few years. And they just keep adding content to their current games.
Capcom's pretty much getting it done.
Yeah.
Capcom, I'm not gonna say like I don't think Dragon's Dogma 2 is gonna win Game of the Year or anything.
Oh, it's not. It took a massive hit because people found out about the transactions for the one-time payments that if you just bought the season, like if you bought the deluxe version of the game, which was like $10 more than the base, you would have got all that shit. So,
yeah. But I think Capcom is pretty much, they pretty much got a Resident Evil 4 and
yep.
Dragon's Dogma 2, and they're keeping up with Street Fighter 6.
They know their crowd.
Yeah, they just keep kind of delivering, so I wouldn't expect this to be any different. It's like the Monster Hunter people will play this, no doubt. And if you, I would encourage people to try a Monster Hunter game, pick one and try it, because if you like it, then you'll like all of them, because they're all the fucking same.
I think Worlds and Rise are a little bit different. I'm not 100% positive, but I think Monster Hunter World is gonna be the closest thing to what Wilds is. So if you want to know what that is, it's the only thing I don't think I liked about World was we would leave the zone and then we would head back and all the monsters were back and I was just like, ugh. But it was dynamic fun. Like I remember being in fights in World and doing a boss fight, and then that motherfucker drags me to the other end of the map and triggers another boss fight. So then you're fighting two bosses at once, and then a third boss just randomly shows up because he's just flying over. He's like, "Ooh, I want to join in the fun," and then it's just pure chaos for like the next 45 minutes as you're not trying to die. Jack Garland shows up and goes, "Yeah!" All right.
This was the Souls game.
Oh,
Like
Kunitsu Gami.
like a Soulsy type game, but it's Capcom again, so it's interesting. It looked interesting to me, but it's way too early. It says July 19th that it's coming out, but and then they showed Phantom Blade Zero was the last game that they showed. Another Soulsy looking game. Sword fighting and
They're gonna have more on the Tokyo Game Show in September, and Gamescom in August. It looks like.
yeah, so they didn't have a release date for this at all. This is the one that it's way too early for.
This looks cool though. Like out of these two last few games, this is something I think that might be really fun to play. This is a Chinese franchise, I think. This Phantom Blade. So I don't know. I might check this one out. I just gotta watch way more of it and to see if it's worth the money or not. This is probably gonna be a game that I'll completely forget about when it comes out, or until it comes out. So.
All right, so that was it for Summer Game Fest, and then the next day we got, or a couple days later, we got the Xbox showcase.
Oh yeah.
Which, okay, Call of Duty, great. Let's not talk about Call of Duty.
I actually like that. I like that trailer.
It had obviously some throwbacks to the 80s and 90s.
Oh yeah, and it's a game that's coming. Honestly, this is something that Microsoft. This is going to determine on how well they do the next year because they're putting this game on Game Pass because they're still trying to push Game Pass, and if this does not work on Game Pass, it's bad. Like, so hopefully this brings up the numbers for Game Pass. Yeah,
it will. It definitely will.
Oh yeah.
The game, like before we go further, the Xbox game show is the first time I think Xbox made a dent in the market. It's the first time I felt like
it's been 10 years.
Yeah, it's the first time I felt like okay, Game Pass and Xbox console.
2013, 2014 were like the
actually
last time that Xbox actually showed really good stuff. And then it was just more of a lot of failed promises from like 2015 to basically last year.
But I will say that a lot of the games that are not exclusive or not
Good evening.
Game Pass, they made it look like they were.
Oh yeah.
So Xbox still doing some weird, shady marketing things where they make a game look like it's going to be on Game Pass when it's not.
I'll never play the multiplayer for this because I can't handle the. Well, if anything, I'm gonna
show Dragon Age, and they made it look like it was a Game Pass game, and it's not.
No.
And they showed Metal Gear Solid. It made it look like it was a Game Pass game, and it's not. So, anyways. So then they showed Doom, and fucking Doom was Doom.
Doom? People were blowing loads for Doom. Especially when
Yeah,
they saw the
good.
mech, they're like, awesome. What the fuck? A mech? And then they saw the dragon, they're like, oh. I've watched like 6 reactions to the Microsoft show because I just had it on the background, and almost every time the Doom game happened, people lost their shit for like half a minute.
It's the one of the best games that Bethesda makes.
Yep. And
So
it's medieval. Is this gonna be the Doom game that I actually try and play?
games
I,
are awesome.
I know, but I mean, hell. Oh no, he's not in hell. This
I
is
don't
before.
think there was a release date though for Doom.
No, it's 2025. Is all it said.
State of Decay 3, and when I was watching it, I was like, yeah, okay. Again, no release date.
2025. I know it's co-op. That's basically all I remember about that franchise.
It's more Xbox,
But
showing shit that's so far out that.
Thing is though, there's
At least
permadeath.
they have some shit. What?
State of Decay is permadeath. So like if you're playing a character and that character dies, they're gone. So like but you recruit people, like you're like building like settlements, and you can play other people in those settlements to like gather materials and all this other kind of stuff. But if like one of your strong characters dies, it sucks. But it's a co-op game. So I think it's like 3 or 4 player co-op.
Well, then they showed Dragon Age, which again they made it look like it was an Xbox exclusive.
Well, a lot of people were
Game
getting
Pass game.
A lot of people were pissed about the trailer because they're like, "Oh no, they're gonna turn it into a live service game," because they were only showing they're like, "Oh no, they're showing us heroes." Fuck that kind of shit. Luckily, the BioWare dropped the gameplay the next day. They dropped it like a 25
I know some
minute.
people were like, "Oh, it's not like Origins where you like pause combat." Good.
No, it's more like 2 and a mixture of 3. The tuning is from
Good.
3. The combat's more from 2.
Why are you pausing combat in 2024? No. Don't pause your fucking game. Stop it.
I'm excited for this game. This is gonna be one of the few games I'll buy this year.
I love the whole like, oh, it's Dragon Age Origins, like, it's not bloody and gory and gritty and
I don't
dark.
want it to be gritty, dark, and awesome. Origins was dark. Dragon Age 2 was dark. Dragon Age 3 was. It won Game of the Year because it was a breath of fresh air. It was humorous. It was fun. They had a bunch of stories to tell. People are like, oh, it needs to be more serious and dark. It's like, if you want serious and dark, go play Call of Duty or go play one of those other fucking shooters out there. I mean, or go outside and touch grass if you want realism. I want a video game that's fun.
Yeah, I mean, I saw a video of somebody watching the original Dragon Age Origins trailer next to this one.
Yeah.
And yeah, the Dragon Age Origins trailer was like, they run up this mountain and they fight a dragon and there's a lot of fucking blood and there's a lot of fucking fucking shit dying. And then in this trailer, it's like whimsical fucking,
yeah,
bounce the fucking light spell off somebody's face.
30
seconds. It's like
Jared Leto that's the first time I ever heard of Jared Leto, was that trailer, that Origins trailer when they run up the mountain, because that was a 30 Seconds to Mars song.
Oh, okay.
Jared Leto is the lead singer of the 30 Seconds to Mars.
Yeah, they like slow mo. You know, it's the old school '90s slow motion, just fucking murdering shit and going crazy.
Someone was talking to one of the reactions. They're like, "Oh yeah, Dragon Age." Oh, they're like, "Oh, it's fantasy." It's like, yeah, if you want to know what Dragon Age is, just go read the Saga of Ice and Fire, because literally that book series dropped, and then they just stole everything from that. I was like, damn, someone's taking shots.
I don't feel nostalgia for Dragon Age Origins at all. That game,
it had its place in time.
There are people who are like, man, Baldur's Gate 3 will bring back Dragon Age,
I got
like paused combat,
yeah.
like where you issue your guys commands,
Well,
and
technically,
I'm like, please no, like let Baldur's Gate be what it is, and let's not. We don't need. That's the way I feel about a lot of things. Is like when you get a game in a genre
mm-hmm.
and it's the best in class, you don't need another one. You don't need an. You're gonna go replay Baldur's Gate 3 and make a different character and replay it. That's the best in class. That's what you're getting, right? That's don't make another one unless you're going to add something to it that's unique that makes you stand out. And it's like I played Dragon Age Inquisition, and you could play that game today. I think it was 2016 game
2014.
2014. Okay, so it's 10 years ago. It won Game of the Year. You could boot that game up today and play it
Oh, yeah.
as though it just came out, and it would be good. You would think it just came out. That's how good Inquisition was at what it did, which it allowed you to do both. You could do action combat, or you could pause combat
yeah.
and issue commands. So we didn't see enough gameplay from even the gameplay. This isn't gameplay, but they showed it the next day, like you said. We didn't see enough gameplay
They showed like basically
to
a
know
rogue
whether or not
class.
you can like
Pause.
the combat.
Yeah.
I
have
bet it's
I
in
have a
there.
suspicion that it's gonna be there. So like let's say you accidentally hit a trap and you access the trap, and your main dude is taking a bunch of damage, and there's a wall in front of him. So more or less, you can pause the game to switch characters. I have a feeling you're gonna be able to swap party members, like in the last one as well. And then you can.
I don't see why it wouldn't be there. I don't see why.
Well,
Like, I
it
was watching the
technically,
gameplay.
when he opened up the skill menu to be able to use skills, the
Yeah.
game paused in combat. So it's there. It's just that people are like, oh, yada yada yada. It's like, just wait for the game to drop and then make your decisions then.
But I will agree if you're just. I will agree with some of the criticism. If all you're doing is you have 4 buttons and you're jumping around as one player,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the whole fucking game,
That'll be
then
disappointing.
that's not what Dragon Age is.
That'll be
I will
disappointing.
agree with that. Like, you need to have a party, you need to have setups, or at the very least, you need to be able to, like, program your guys to, like, do things in some order or something. If you can't pause the game and issue orders. Like, Inquisition was like that, right? You could, like, you could turn spells off in that game and just be like, no, I don't want you to use that one because it's too much mana or whatever.
I want you to concentrate on healing. I don't want you to attack.
Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah, exactly.
So.
And you didn't have to play as your tank. You didn't have to play as your archer if you didn't want to. You didn't have to switch to them because they were smart enough in real time to make decisions.
Oh yeah. There was a handful of times where you had to switch to someone because you're fighting a dragon and they just got caught. They just kept standing in the fire, and that's about it. All right, awesome. I'm excited for it. I have a suspicion Dragon Age is gonna launch. I want to say December. I think it's gonna be a December game.
So.
I know they said 2024. So they're planning on releasing in 2024. I think it's going to be December. I know they're saying fall, but it's probably going to be December. Otherwise, it's going to be 2025. I hope they don't push it back. I'll be sad. All right.
Push it back if you have to.
Yeah. Make the game good.
Make sure it works.
Don't rush it like they did with Mass Effect.
What, Andromeda?
Yeah. They released that game about a year and a half too early.
Is that the last thing that BioWare put out?
No, they did Anthem.
God. Okay. I hope they fixed their studio. I hope they fixed it.
They fired and rehired a lot of people, so is all I know.
Oh my god, you can play as a ghoul in Fallout 6. No one cares. Next.
Yeah. Next.
Oh my god, Starfield DLC. No one cares.
I care. I care because I spent $100 on this game, so fuck you.
And it's not my problem.
Hey, whatever. I'm still gonna play it. I'm still gonna enjoy it.
NMP, not my problem.
I'll wait until they drop more stuff.
You're gonna reinstall this and play this?
It's still installed on my Xbox, I think.
Well, that's because your Xbox is a space heater.
Yes, it is. Hey, it works great in the winter. But now, hey, you know what's great is because this showcase was like awesome because I was about to cancel my Xbox
this
account.
DLC adds maps to the game, Petro.
Mm-hmm. They added maps, and they also added new quests and
maps, dude.
They added some quests and some other stuff too the night they announced this because they also dropped content that night as well, including their creative engine. Yeah, it should be free.
No one cares.
World of Warcraft. The War Within.
No one cares. No one cares.
Besides us.
No one cares.
I have no idea what's happening.
This trailer's fucking awesome. I'm going to play this trailer in the background after I mute the Applebee's. Oh, wait, I got a Hulu ad. Never mind. Different.
Hulu.
Dude, WoW is coming in August. What the fuck?
Yeah. Well, it should be around the time that the remix ends.
You know why it makes me sad? It's because Star Wars isn't the same week.
Oh, dude. It's going to be so sad because we have 3 massive titles dropping within 3 weeks of each other. You do realize that, right?
What's the third one?
Assassin's Creed. No, that's the 2. Never mind.
Wait,
it's November.
Assassin's Creed doesn't come out until November.
No, November. Never mind. Never mind. We're good. We're good.
There's no way Ubisoft is putting out 2 AAA games within 30 days of each other.
Well, it's Ubisoft. They've done weirder things. I don't know. I have no idea what the fuck's happening here. I literally thought it was like, oh, at first initially I was like, are they bringing World of Warcraft to consoles? And this is just going through all the expansions.
They were too. I thought it too, especially when they showed all the old school trailers.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, it's coming to console. I still think it is. I still think it will come to console.
It will one day. I mean, the game can literally you can run this. You can run World of Warcraft on your LG fridge monitor.
You can.
You can run Skyrim. You can run Skyrim on your LG fridge monitor. You can run Skyrim on your freaking Echo Dot thing. I mean, come on.
The only bad thing about the WoW expansion is
I have no idea what's happening.
You have to pay extra to get the 4 days early access, and the thing about that is they say, "Oh, it doesn't matter. none of the raids are open, and none of the you can't do anything for real in those 4 days." Yes, you can.
You can max your character out
because the crafting recipes, the crafting that you're going to have a head start on is so important.
Oh yeah.
If you want to say pay for your subscription in gold instead of actual money.
So I know this is a different MMO altogether, but I remember when Guild Wars 2 dropped, I got that launch in early access. The first person to reach max level in that game was a dude who just stood in town and crafted. Because his guild ran out, did the quest, brought him all the materials back, and he just kept crafting them gear. That's it. And he maxed out his character that way. And he was the first one on the fucking game to do it.
Yeah, I think it matters, and I think it's bullshit that they charging extra for early access, because it's... But here's the thing that I do get about early access and games that are based off servers is... For example, like any game that has a server backend for early access, is they can scale and ramp up their servers, and they don't just get like DDoSed on day one. right?
Yeah.
They get the early access fucking people, and then
Well,
they get the
they're
day
the ones that
one
are going to get
people.
doxxed on day one. They're the early access people.
Yeah. Chances are the first, it is 4 days early access, right? Chances are the first day is either going to be clusterfuck city and the servers are dead, or some quest is bugged, or they have to put out like 3 emergency patches because some shit is like absolutely broken.
Okay.
So everybody who's paying for early access is, number one, getting a head start. Shut your mouth, Blizzard. It's absolutely a head start. And number two, everything is going to be broken that first day. Like something's going to break, and the
Dude,
people who paid for early access are going to have to fucking deal with that shit.
they broke a main quest in the remix and the starting zone for Alliance. So people who had Alliance characters couldn't get past the starting zone or continue because the Admiral was not spawning at his location. And that was... and it took him like a week to fix that.
The launch of uh, Warlords of Draenor.
Yeah.
There in Warlords of Draenor, there was a garrison.
Yeah.
You got like your garrison. That was like the beginning of the game. You took the boat ride over to the fucking island or whatever, and you fucking did a couple quests. You went up this mountain, and then there was like a flag, and you had to plant the flag to get your garrison.
Yeah.
And no one could click on the flag. There were so many people standing around the flag. Blizzard didn't think that there would be that many people, and so the flag bugged to where you couldn't click on it. So nobody could get there. So like maybe the first 3,000 people were able to click on it, and everyone else was just standing around this flag like an idiot, because none of the quests and none of the shit in Warlords would open up till you got your garrison. It was all gated by your garrison. If you couldn't get your garrison, you couldn't do anything in the game. Everyone was stuck. And I remember on the first night, like I was watching a movie or something in the other monitor, and I'm just standing next to this flag with thousands of other people waiting to click on it. It was fucking stupid. That's what's gonna happen on day one, and I'm there for it,
Dude,
baby. All in.
I remember the last expansions drop, watching like the big streamers play, and they're getting like so far, and then all of a sudden they just straight up crash and they can't get back in the game.
Can't even log in.
Even the Blizzard staff was there to help them get them back into the server, so they were mass booting people out of the game to get like Asmongold and Tim the Tatman back in, because they had like 100,000 people watching them play.
Streamer privilege, man.
Yep. Fuck them. Next game. Actually, this looked cool. It's gonna be on Game Pass. It's an RPG that's not Japanese, and it looks like a Japanese RPG called Expedition 33. That's basically all I know about it. Just like some girl's painting shit, and she's counting down, and everybody that's like 34 years old died at the same time, and now they're on Expedition 33, so they're trying to get to her before they write down 33.
You know what this game reminded me of?
Nope.
When I was watching it?
Product.
Fuck. Never mind.
It's a third-person adventure game.
It does it have turn-based combat?
Yeah, it looked like turn-based combat when they showed it, because they're standing in a line.
I don't think this is a Game Pass game. See, you fell for this shit. I honestly,
It says right here. It promises to come to Game Pass, Xbox Series X, S, and PC sometime in 2025.
Oh,
Says it right there in the thing.
okay. This is not an exclusive game to Xbox, though. This game is 100% coming to PlayStation 5
Maybe
on
at a
day
later,
one.
maybe a later date. I don't know.
No, it's 100% on day one. I looked it up because there's no way this is not an Xbox studio. So, I think in the trailer they don't show Game Pass either.
You're right. It
So
is
I
coming
think-
to PlayStation. Wow.
I honestly believe this is false. I think even the IGN article is false. I do not think this is a Game Pass game. I think they made it look like it was, and it's not. It's not exclusive. It's not Game Pass, and it's coming to PlayStation. Not that it matters, even if it is Game Pass. It doesn't
Xbox.
matter.
Xbox says Joan Gustave and Malel and Claire Obscure on day one in Game Pass.
Okay.
So Xbox's website is saying it's coming to Game Pass. Maybe it's gonna come to the. Maybe the game will drop on the PlayStation.
So why would the trailer from the studio say you need to wish list it? Why wouldn't it say Game Pass on it?
Probably
But when they
it's
showed
probably
it
coming
in
to
the
PC.
Xbox studio, when they showed it in the Xbox show, it just said Xbox. That's all it said, and it made it look like it wasn't coming to anything else.
I thought it said Game
So-
Pass during the show.
Not in the trailer. No.
Okay. Alright.
So I don't really care, but I mean the next game is definitely Game Pass. It's a Game Pass studio. But did you feel like this game ran at 10 frames per second? The South of Midnight?
Well, it's because they're doing that style that the Spider-Verse movies does. They're doing that claymation kind of thing.
But this game looks cool as fuck. So
It does.
Xbox, hey, congratulations. You got something.
I was watching some people react to it, and some people were excited for it. Coke Carnage was like pissed because he was going like, man, I don't think I can play this game because of what you said, the 10 frames per second kind of thing. It would bug him to the point where he would get sick.
Yeah, it bugs me. I thought it was dropping frames.
I was like,
I'm
no, I
watching.
think that's the art style they chose with because it looks claymation to me.
To me, it just looked like it was dropping frames, which is bad. If they chose to do this on purpose, that's a bad decision.
No. I don't know. It looks cool. It's gonna probably have some really cool music in it as well. But this is a game they've been promising for what, the last 4 years now? So, hopefully it does well when it drops.
Yeah, I don't know. It bugged the fuck out of me. I don't care if it's their art style. They fucked up. They need it. It needs to run smoothly. It cannot fucking look like fucking. It's a slideshow.
I guess.
Especially in the cutscenes.
Yeah.
In the cutscenes, it cannot look like a fucking slideshow. It's going to bug everybody. It's 2024. We need to run at least 30.
Well, this one
Yeah.
is 2025 when it's dropping, so it better.
No, right?
Oh, it's also coming to PC, so because it says Steam on there.
Well, yeah, all Xbox Game Pass games come to PC.
Yeah, but generally, like, I'm surprised it actually says Steam and not like Game Pass PC or whatever the fuck they call it.
Metal Gear.
Honestly, it's a game that I don't
looks
think
good.
it looks good. I don't think I'll buy it. I never played the original, so I don't know. I mean, I know a lot of people are hyped for it. I want to be hyped for it, but I'm also good if I don't play it.
It's good. It's really good.
Oh yeah.
And it looks good.
There was a Rambo moment that looked cool.
It's Metal Gear. That's all that matters.
Yeah, and he talks to himself a lot. Beginning something mission. I don't fucking know what he said. Awesome.
I don't need to say anything. Metal Gear people know already.
Sea of
When I
Thieves
say
getting a
Metal
new
Gear.
season. So good for them. Good for them.
Yep, still going strong. It was the #1 selling game on PlayStation last month.
Nice.
When it came out.
That's good. I know it's not our cup of tea game, but I know it's a good game. I know people like those kind of games, and it's good that they find something like that. I tried playing it again about like a month ago. A guy I watched on Twitch had a sponsored stream, and I volunteered to play with him and a couple other guys, and we were going through it because he had a sponsored segment from the Sea of Thieves people, and it was fun. It was ridiculous because we jumped into content that none of us even knew how to do because we didn't know how to pilot the ship. We kept just running the ship into the islands. We're like, we don't know how to stop it. Fuck it.
Drop the anchor?
Well, you drop the anchor, but it takes like a minute for it to stop. You have a streamer who's actively talking to chat and talking to them. Then you have a guy who's at work playing with him, who's not really paying attention. And then you have some other dude who wasn't really paying attention, just more or less running around the ship. And then you have me who's just like, I don't know where the fuck we're going. So, yeah. But yeah, good for them. I'm glad the game came to PlayStation. I thought this game should always have been a multi-console kind of game. Damn, stop trying to play sound. Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn. I know it comes in July.
Yeah, I think this game looks good. Again, third-person action.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Thank you.
Souls Light is what they said in the trailer. So I'm willing to try this out.
Yep.
Perfect Dark. I'm actually surprised this even showed up because I thought this was over.
No, they brought in
Crystal
the
Dynamics
guys that made
Avengers.
Avengers.
I was just sort of shocked because I remember
Avengers is a very good game. I don't care what anyone says.
Oh, I liked Avengers, but I was just shocked that it was even still happening because I remember when the studio was like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna have this thing," and then like a year later, you heard about the big blowout at the studio, and like a lot of people were fired and quitting, and then you heard nothing.
This does not look like an amazing game, but it looks good.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Didn't look like shit.
It's gonna be a first-person parkour shooter,
and it seems like it's pretty well defined and
oh yeah,
fleshed out.
It has a good base to go base off of. It's I don't know if you ever played.
It reminds me a little bit of Cyberpunk, honestly.
Okay.
With the the way you're sort of.
They didn't show any release date or time frame for this. They just announced it and that was it. It was just.
They showed gameplay.
Well, I know they showed gameplay, but they didn't show like coming 2025. I don't think so. I think it's like literally just like, here's Perfect Dark, and then we'll see you guys in like 5 years or something.
I'm gonna play this next game 100%.
Age of Mythology.
I love it. Yeah, and
okay.
Again, I don't. This is not what I want. I don't want this, but if they give it to me, I'm gonna play it.
Nice.
Right. I like Age of Mythology.
It's just like Total Rome, isn't it? Like it's just war games but with gods.
It's like what's the other Microsoft game?
Total War
like
or whatever it's called. I think I know which one you're talking about.
No, it's not Total War. It's Empire.
Age
of Empires.
Okay.
It's exactly like Age of Empires, except you get like these big fucking you build up your village to a point where you get like a big fucking like champion god.
So like a dragon
from like,
or okay.
No, like a god from like Greek god. like or Norse god, you get like a big fucker,
Okay.
like Thor comes through
Or
your
Zeus.
village and starts fucking people up. It's
Nice.
fucking awesome. Like you build up your village just like Age of Empires. You have little dudes like little
Yeah.
fucking archers, and you like mine for shit, and then you like take over territory, and it's all very Age of Empires-y. And then, but the big thing about it is that you have like tech, and then like based on what you picked, like if you're Greeks or if you're Norse or whatever, and then when you reach the top of your tech tree, or your tech, you get the big fucker,
Okay.
and the big fucker comes on the field, and the big fucker can literally just murder entire armies of dudes.
So the big fucker likes to fuck.
Basically, it's a great game, but again, it's not something I really want. It's just if I mean,
Is
I
it
get
just
it,
a
I'm gonna play
remaster
it.
or is it a remake? Because it's Age of Mythology
remake.
retold. Okay.
Yeah, it's a remake. So,
Okay.
probably like pathing, like they fixed a bunch of the path because like literally your dudes in the original game like would go off and be dumb.
Okay.
So they probably fixed like a lot of the pathing and like combat and
Of the visuals.
this game wasn't. I wouldn't say this game was like super refined. It's not like people were playing this for like StarCraft, like PvP, like hardcore, like
It was just a fun. It was just a fun game.
it was just stupid. It was like, oh, fucking Thor just came down, or Ares, and he's fucking people up, and he's kicking them into the ocean. Like he'd kick a whole army into the ocean, and they all die. Like just great. Like,
But it
so,
pisses
like,
you the fuck off. You're like, come on.
well, you play in the harder difficulties, the computer, cheats and they get their god like way before yours.
Oh, so they hired 2K devs.
It's Microsoft. So.
Awesome.
Halo coming to Diablo.
Diablo.
Sorry.
It's like Halo. No. Diablo 4, the expansion, not on Game Pass.
They're actually charging for those too.
They are, and that's smart, and I think that's what they should do. Now, I'm not the biggest Diablo fan. I like Diablo, but I swear to God, this trailer was the opening. This is gonna be the opening credit scene. Blizzard has a niche for making really badass fucking trailers.
Oh yeah, they do.
And this fucking thing just rocked. I'm not gonna show it on my stream or anything. Like, well, I'll probably have it playing in the background, but it's something. It's like about 5 minutes or about 4 minutes long or whatever. It's something people should fucking watch. It is so detailed. It's insane on the level of detail for this. Because this looks so fucking badass, and then you get into Diablo, and you're like, it looks nothing like the trailer. Fucking, I may reinstall Diablo at this point.
I wouldn't. I installed Diablo and played.
Well, it's on Game Pass,
Reforged.
so I might be able to just play off my Xbox and just use my account because my account's hooked up to my Xbox and my PlayStation. So, I don't know. It's something I'm debating whether or not to even do it or not. I got a bunch of other games to play right now, so.
Can people hear me?
On yours?
Oh, you can hear me. Okay. I was just wondering if you can hear me. Okay.
I'd be sucking because we've been talking for almost 2 hours.
Oh, I actually was asking if you could hear me.
Oh, I can hear you fine.
I've been trying to talk. You keep interrupting me, so.
I'm so fuck you. Fuck you!
Jesus Christ, dude. Every time I speak up, I'm like, okay. So I lost my train of thought. Yeah, don't install this. It's not better. It's not better. I mean, that's my opinion. I played it a little bit. It's the same as it always was. Maybe they changed the end game because I haven't tried that, but you're not going to get to the end game.
Oh, I don't even think I even beat the initial campaign. I think I got to like Act 3 and it was like 8 or 9 hours long, and I was like, no, I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah. It's long.
I unlocked the mount, and I think that was like, I'm good.
Yeah. It takes a long time to get to the end game, so it's not worth it to sit through all the shit again for Loot Reforged or whatever they're talking about.
Okay.
I don't trust influencers on this game at all, because they're like, when it first launched, they're like, oh, it's an 8 out of 10, it's a 9 out of 10,
And
then
no one plays it.
Then everyone quit in a week and said it was trash, and then and it was, and then same thing happened when they did season 4.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, oh, they fixed everything, it's better now. Like, go check YouTube, and you'll see all these videos about how it's better, and I believed it again, and it's not. So,
okay.
I don't know, but it's like they're charging for this again. Like,
Well,
did you fix your game? Is it good now?
Aren't they adding a new class as well? I thought they're adding monk or whatever it was. Oh well. We'll find out more when it gets closer. Oh shit.
Oh, it's coming out in October, so that's August, September, October. It's just weird that Blizzard is stacking Diablo 4 with WoW. I just don't know. I don't know. I think it's a mistake that they're charging for this. I think they had a lot of bad will, and they should. I don't know. Whatever. Who cares? I guess they'll figure it out, right? It's Blizzard. They'll figure it out.
Okay.
They showed Fable. Fable looks good. I like it. I like the way it looked. I don't care if people say she's ugly, or the main character's ugly, or how do you make a character in this game? But everyone complains that.
You don't make it. You choose a gender. You either choose a male or a female at the beginning of the game, and then that's just who you play as. And then you can just adjust what they look like throughout the game. Like, you can go to barbers and stuff like that. You never were ever actually able to make a character.
Okay. I don't think she looks bad.
I don't think she does either.
Cartoony, and so does the whole game, so it doesn't matter. I think it looks good, to be honest with you. Fable is pick your, are you going to be a bastard, or are you going to be nice?
Yeah.
Right? That's the whole thing behind
every action you take in the game affects how people react to you. If you kick a chicken in that game, chickens will hate you forever in that game. They will attack you on sight, and you'll be known as the chicken kicker. I remember
they actually give you the chicken kicker title.
Yeah, people in town was like, "Hey, look, it's that fucking hero, the chicken kicker."
It's third person, baby.
Yes,
Thank
it
God.
is.
It looks good. It does look good.
I'm excited for it.
Yeah. So again, Xbox got some shit. I mean, we knew this game was coming, but it's okay, they showed some more, and maybe the managerial types at Xbox are putting their foot down and saying, "Come on, finish it."
Okay.
Fragpunk was a shooter card game.
Yeah, I could care zero about
Did
this
I go
game.
to the bathroom during this one?
This is a 5v5 battle type of game, a bunch of the others. But then there's some silly aspects, you play cards, so to cause wacky things to happen. There's a big head card where you can make people's heads go big, so you can snipe them in the face easier.
Oh.
I don't know.
Okay.
I could. I'm not. Not my cup of tea. I don't like CS:GO type of games.
I don't think I even saw it to begin with.
It's a 5v5 hero shooter.
Oh, I'm skipping over Winterboro because unless you want to talk about it.
It looks like a phone game that might be interesting, but I'm not spending money on it. It's a ding ding. It's a 2D ding ding game.
It's a ding ding game.
It is. It's a 2D ding ding
Mixtape,
game.
Mixtape looks cool, man.
Mixtape. I'm excited for.
That's because I'm an old bastard.
I fucking love this.
Shit.
I can't play any sound because the copyright will destroy my channel.
Oh my god, dude! I had to sit through the whole fucking Applebee's commercial. I'm so sorry. This game is all about the music, I think.
Oh yeah, it is. It's gonna be a story. I guarantee you, it's gonna be like choose, like options and so on and so forth, and like certain responses. But then it's gonna be like traveling and jamming out to like things. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like arcadey jump puzzles and two as well. It's a game where you're gonna smoke weed and trip balls.
Weed trip balls.
I don't know. It's just like one of the highlights of the Microsoft for me.
And then people shit pants when they saw Life is Strange, which I haven't played.
I've never played any of them. So but
you could be a fireman in Fight Simulator.
A Flight Simulator. I'm surprised they even showed this. I thought they showed last year. I thought it was the
Like
same
some
thing.
Flight Simulator, like
Escort a
missions you can do,
VIP.
where you can like fly
think-
private planes and like
yeah.
do like you can like
You
dump
do airplane
fucking
kind of jobs, I think is what it is. I think they're introducing certain jobs.
I saw
like-
one where you could like dump pesticides on like corn.
Fields. Yeah.
You could be like that dude in Independence Day, the
The drunk? Yeah.
drunk guy, and you could just like miss. Like, you
Dude,
could, like,
they
dump-
need to have an Independence Day mission, and if they put the Flight Simulator did an Independence Day mission where they did the whole fucking spiel of the final battle, and then you played the one guy, and your goal was to get and fly up the fucking bunghole of that ship and blow it up. It would be amazing.
Yes, it would.
I would play it.
I agree with that. They should do that. Fuck it.
Fuck it. They need to do it.
In fact,
just
they
have
should
fun.
do that and release it on July 4th.
Yeah. Have Will
And I
Smith
would
drop the
buy
trailer.
that game.
They
I
should
would
have Will
pay
Smith drop the trailer.
full price for that just to play that 15-minute sequence.
You don't need to do that. You just need to freaking get on your PC and get Game Pass because it's on Game Pass.
I will buy Game Pass just for that. For that 15 minutes.
Now here's the next thing I'm really excited about.
Because on
Oh.
July 4th, I always play The Crew, and
Yeah.
I always drive through America, okay?
America.
My new thing would be, I would play The Crew and I'd drive through America, but I would also play the Flight Simulator Independence Day sequence.
Actually, you can also just play Flight Simulator and fly across America. It would take you like 22 hours.
It's not as
Not as entertaining
good.
as Flight.
It's not as good as The Crew because in the Crew you can boot up a actual mission structure. That
But in
takes
Flight
you to
Simulator,
different
you can find your house and crash a plane into it.
Oh my god! Wow.
Oh
No.
my. Oh,
Let's
dude.
not do that.
Dude, Flight Simulator is so fucking hard. If you don't have a flight stick,
Last year we booted up Crew and we drove. We had missions where we had to find shit,
yeah,
and it took us all the way from San Francisco to New York to the Statue of Liberty.
Yep.
And we went all the way through
We had-
Vegas and fucking
We had to wait
Texas
on gravy because that motherfucker didn't listen
didn't have
to
any
us.
cars.
Well, not any cars. He never booted the game up to get through the training shit.
All he had was the slow ass 4x4.
Yeah, and then he could never keep up with us. And like, I
But
understand
here's
you.
the thing, he couldn't even switch to a plane because he didn't have one.
No, he didn't, because he never did the training. Like, you literally spent like the first 30 minutes of the game is you just going through that training montage. and they give you all this shit.
I'm doing it again. I'm gonna fucking boot up Crew 2, and I'm gonna fucking do it again.
Okay.
It's coming up in like 3 weeks, and I'm gonna fucking do it, and I'm gonna drive. I don't know. This time I might go north. Last time we went south, we went through Vegas and Texas and Oklahoma. I think we found some train station. I remember going.
I won't have the 4th off, but I had the 5th and 6th off.
We went through Miami, and then we went up the East Coast,
Okay.
all the way up to New York, and we ended up at the Statue of Liberty. I have the pictures from it. I still have them on PS5.
Awesome.
So, yeah, they need to make that Independence Day shit. Fucking great idea.
Indiana Jones. Fuck yes.
Okay,
Yes.
fuck no. Nope, I'm off. Oh, no, wait. I'm going to play this game, but I'm disappointed. Because they showed a wonderful trailer with a great movie scene, about a 5-minute long cut scene with Jones.
Yeah.
With Dr. Jones.
Yeah.
And the female protagonist that he has to protect. And the Nazi who's fucking nuts. And it's totally Indiana Jones, and it's perfect. Like, it's great. And then they show the gameplay, and it's you in first person going with the whip.
Well, they've always shown it as first person.
No.
Yes.
I'm playing Indiana Jones.
I don't care. I'm playing this. I'm playing this game. Screw you and everything about it. I'm playing it because it's gonna be cheesy as shit.
No, I don't want to punch people in first person. I don't want to be throwing my whip out and like swinging in first person. No,
It is the third person when you swing.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yeah, they showed it too.
No,
when you
no,
swing,
it's
it
not.
goes
It doesn't
third
switch.
person.
No. Does it switch to third when you...
They showed gameplay of it in the past where they grabbed on and they swung somewhere.
It was a cutscene.
and
It was a cutscene. There's going to be parkour in this game.
Yep.
In first person. It's going to
I will
suck.
crack up if this game is both third person and first person. They're just not telling anyone.
This game's going to have... It's going to be 30 hours long, and it's going to be 15 hours of cutscenes.
Yeah.
So half the game will be third person. You just won't be playing.
Yep.
You'll be sitting there.
It's gonna be
which I'm totally in for. I'll do it. I don't care. I want Indiana Jones. But I'm just saying, when I'm playing, I want to see my dude. Please.
Wolfenstein people are making a first person indie game.
You know how frustrating.
You know how
gameplay is.
You know how confused I am. It's the Wolfenstein people and not the people who do Hitman making Indiana Jones, because they could do an Indiana Jones game.
Well, they're doing Bond though, and they should do Bond.
Yeah, honestly, Bond is more like, I'm fine with Bond being the first person shooter.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I think GoldenEye was first person.
That's true. It was.
So I would have been fine with the Wolfenstein people doing Bond, and then switch them out.
Switch them. Let the fucking dudes that do shit. Let the Hitman dudes do Jones. Wait, they could just work together, and then you could choose whether you want first or third in both games.
Oh yeah.
This cutscene was 4 minutes long. It was nothing but cutscene.
It was so good though.
At the very end, they showed like 30 seconds of fucking like you jumping around, shooting and punching shit first person.
I don't think it's gonna be heavy action based. I think it's gonna be more along the lines of solving puzzles.
Okay, well they didn't show any of that. They showed a lot of fucking whip sections and fucking pistol sections.
That's because people are like, "Oh, it's not an action game. I'm bored."
I wonder if Jaffe will hate this game if it's fucking puzzles.
Oh, he will.
Because he's such an Indiana Jones dude. Look at this. I don't want that. I don't want to punch a dude in first person. It just fucking doesn't. No. Look at that. Oh, what? That's fucking not good. And then they show the cutscene of you headbutting a guy in third person. So much better, but you know that's a cutscene.
Alright.
Oh well. Wu Chang Fallen Feathers. stuff.
All right. Wu Chang Fallen
Action.
Feathers. Honestly, I thought of the Omni Musha or whatever that one game was back in the early 2000s, 2010s. 2010s or 2000s. Early 2000s to like 2010s. I was like, is this like a
Cool.
sequel to it? It's like cool,
Again,
whatever.
and then they kept hitting, dude. They kept hitting. They kind of hit with this Wu Chang Fallen Feathers, and they kind of hit with Avowed too.
Yeah, I'm excited for Avowed.
They kind of hit. Adamfall, not so much.
I'm buying Avowed, I think.
Avowed looked good.
I think I'm
It
gonna buy it
looks
for.
good.
I'm gonna buy it for PC. I think that way I can play it on PC and.
It's on Game Pass. Just
Yeah.
play it on Game Pass.
True. Adamfall. I know it's the people that do Sniper Elite. I think, right?
Whoa, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's the studio
Might
that did
change
Sniper.
my,
Yeah,
opinion.
the Rebellion,
It
the
looks
Sniper
kinda
Elite
shitty.
team at Rebellion.
It kind of looked shitty at first.
Yeah, I didn't really care for it too much, but it's the Sniper
But-
Elite people, so I don't know. I'm gonna have to take a chance.
Sniper Elite is third person.
I know, but this is first person. This is what makes me go lose my bonkers.
Why? Why?
This
Third
first person,
is so
see, it's
cool.
literally this first-person survival action game sees players exploring the version of Britain plagued by nuclear waste. I'm so hit or miss on
Wait.
this.
Is that a toilet plunger?
Yes,
The
it
fuck?
is. It is.
Product.
Nah, dude, this looked like shit. I'm sorry.
This is gonna be the game that I buy when it's on sale, or it's given for free.
I mean, God, Sniper Elite's good though. Is it co-op?
I don't know.
So they ditched third person, they ditched co-op, and they're making Adamfall. Oh God.
It says
But it's on Game
survival.
Pass, so you don't have to wait for anything. Just play it on Game Pass if you want.
Honestly, I feel like this is a PlayStation game for me.
And then Assassin's Creed Shadows is fucking awesome. Awesome.
Yes, it is.
We're gonna do the Ubisoft conference, but
Stalker 2, I know a lot of people were excited for this. It looks cool. It looks like
Yeah.
it looks like a solid shooter to me. Honestly, I was impressed by it. I was like, okay, cool. I'm glad they kept the reticle on the screen and so on and so forth. It looks smooth enough and everything. I was like, awesome. I'm
yeah,
cool
they're
with this.
still hitting at this point. They're still hitting.
And then
They're like, oh, Stalker 2, that's good
and then
for
they're like, here,
Xbox."
Era, buy the new Xbox Series X console. It has 2 terabyte hard drive built in.
I'll buy it for $100. You sell it for $100, I'll buy it.
But oh my god, I blew my load on this last one, the last surprise at the end.
Yeah, no, a lot of people did, but I don't give a shit.
This is
Listen. I played Gears of War, and
you played
probably the
5.
worst-
You played the worst fucking game out of the whole series.
Not good. It wasn't good.
It was the worst fucking. Everybody agrees with you, Era. It was a bad game. This
I
is
need to play
E-Day.
I need to play Gears 4, but I don't want to buy an Xbox for that.
This
shit,
well, it's
so-
on Game Pass, so I'm pretty sure it's on PC Game Pass also.
Oh.
I can check that later. But
I
Gears,
like third-person cover shooters.
yeah,
Just not
And
Gears 5.
Gears cover shooting defined a generation of cover shooting, like the original 3,
Why'd they
it-
fuck it up in 5 then?
because they decided to go open world. Because it used to
You
be like
think
a
that's what hurt the game?
yeah, it was linear before. Like you would go on a linear pathing through it, and it was just a story and you blowing up shit and doing shit. Whereas this one was 5, it was like it's a story, but you have to go investigate other areas to unlock more things.
So are they going back to the
This has to be linear.
Linear?
This has to be linear. It can't go open world because this is E-Day. So this has to be like a follow path. This
'Cause
is
I
this
don't
is
know if
market.
Open world ruined 5 for me. I think what ruined 5 for me was okay.
Well, one,
It was-
it was like a 9-hour game or 10-hour. It wasn't a long game by any chance. It took you and me like a month to beat it because we kept playing other shit and putting it off because it was just boring. I think we actually stopped playing for a while, did the Wolfenstein Youngblood game, and then came back and finished that.
Yeah, that's right. Because I bought Game Pass. I was playing a lot of Game Pass games during that time.
Yep.
Because I was like, while I have Game Pass, I want to try out all these games, and then I was just like, Crackdown 3, meh. Here's 5, and then I was like, oh, yeah, Wolfenstein Youngblood.
And Wolfenstein Youngblood is considered the worst of the Wolfenstein
But
franchise.
we actually played through that. And
We
beat
got
it.
stuck on the last boss for like 3 hours
The
because it
last
was just
boss
broken.
ruined that game. If the last boss was decent, that game would have been okay.
Yeah, the game was cheesy enough where it was enjoyable and stuff. I know you had streaming
High-fiving
issues.
in the elevator.
High-fiving in the
Oh,
elevator.
dude, I had to fucking run
You
at
had to
like 20
wonk
frames
your
a second.
PC in certain ways just to get the game to fucking play.
But Forza Motorsport, hell yeah!
Yeah, brother. Honestly, I'm surprised
Not
they didn't drop
Motorsport.
one this year.
Forza Horizon 4. Hell yeah, let's go. That game was tight. That was the best game ever on Game Pass.
All right.
And fuck Call of Duty, we already talked about it. All right, look it's fucking Ronald Reagan and George Bush and Bill Clinton. And then there's Ubisoft Forward, and we'll talk about. Let's only talk about.
The 2 games that we only care about.
Star Wars
Let's do a quick mission of the crew. They are adding a new island.
Yeah, Motorfest is getting a whole island, and it's free.
Yes.
They're not charging for it, so. But I don't know what that means. Like, how big is it? Like the whole?
It's
fucking
Maui.
Island?
It's the island of Maui.
But is it as much content as the original island? Because goddamn, that's a lot.
It might be, or I think Maui's smaller though than the other island. But we'll find.
I love Hawaii, dude.
I just hope that it's like honestly, I just hope it's a place that like on the map opens up, and you can just fly there. Instead of it being like a loading screen.
Let me just say, I don't want to talk too much about crew because
you'll be there for hours.
I know it's not everybody's thing, but that game came out in September, and it's still installed on my machine, and I still play it every week.
Oh yeah,
that doesn't happen often.
It's still on my machine also. I just don't play it every week.
There's a car, there's a thing every week that's like unique to the game. That's something new. And then they do seasons also. And when there's a big season drop, there's a bunch. Like they put Hoonigan drift cars in, and they're like, and then they put like, they have this thing now where like, you can drive. You can do like tricks, like imagine like a skateboard game, but you're in a car.
Okay.
And you get points for tricks.
Well, all this. Sorry.
And they put like a course in the game where you can like go. They have like half pipes and like grind rails and shit for your car. It's like fucking great, and they just give it to you. They're like, here you go. So. I can't recommend that game enough. It's the PlayStation's Forza Horizon. It really is.
Yeah. It's dropping in November. So.
And it's free.
Yep.
If you have the game.
I know they talked about some new stuff for Skull and Bones. I know people really don't like that. It's meh. Okay. X Defiance in a new season. Cool for them. Whatever. Great. Whatever. Avatar has the Skybreaker DLC dropping next month in July 16th. So more story content, so we can reinstall that and play that if you want.
I love that game. I mean, I don't want to say loved.
It was a good game. I don't love it. It's a solid like 7.5 or 8 out of 10. It's a solid game. It's a solid game.
It's standard Ubisoft stuff.
Yeah.
In the Avatar universe, and they did a really good job of the Avatar universe.
It's Far Cry and Avatar.
Basically, yeah. And the graphics are really fucking good in that game. Like,
yep. I was excited for the Prince of Persia: Sands of Time announcement for the remake, but I'm not gonna do anything until I actually see actual shit from this actually drop, because Sands of Time was my favorite Prince of Persia game. All right, now on to the good thing, the one thing that we only want, the 10 minutes of bliss, the bop bop bop.
Star Wars Outlaws, yeah.
Yeah, dude.
It's open world. It's the first open world Star Wars game. So how can you not want that?
Oh yeah.
How can you shit on that? Listen, I watched the Ubisoft conference on YouTube. I want to say this. It's nothing but shit talk. Everyone hates Ubisoft and YouTube and online. I don't know why. I don't understand it. The games are the top sellers. Like if you look at top sellers, like you looked at like the game sale for this summer Game Fest. 8 of the top 20 games are Ubisoft games. Far Cry, um, Avatar, Crew, Prince of Persia, Assassin's Creed, all in the top when they're on sale, all in the top 20. So, what is it? Explain. I know we've talked about this off podcast, but like, explain to me like why the hate while I have this trailer running with gameplay for Star Wars.
Why people are hating Star Wars?
Why do they hate this Star Wars game? I mean, go a little bit beyond, oh, it's a female protagonist.
No, they're hating it because it's Ubisoft.
That's it?
That's mainly, I think, the big reason. People are pissed because it's Ubisoft doing this, and not like
But
a beloved.
why are people pissed at Ubisoft? Because their games aren't 10s out of 10?
That, and I think it's also the fact that, like, wasn't like their big thing was like, oh, you can buy the game for like $70, or you can buy it for 90 or 110 or 150.
Or you can do Ubisoft Plus and
get it for like 15.
Way?
Yeah, I think that's what it was. And then they announced this game, and
why are we pretending like games aren't $70 though?
Because there are content creators out there making it a big fucking deal when it's not.
I get it. A game is $70 is a lot. So wait for it to go on sale. Yeah. Ubisoft games go on sale in like 3 months. So don't pretend like you don't want this.
Oh yeah. And there's probably some other aspects too, like you thought, like you said, like don't bring up the thing of the fact that it's a girl. There's possibly a good chance that there's some people out there who saying it because it is a girl, and other shit like that. I don't know, dude. It's people on the internet are
you're saying this game is woke.
How do they know it's woke yet?
Because it's a girl character. That's why.
Did anyone ever watch Alien?
Princess Leia is like in the original Star Wars. She's a major character.
She's like the big character in that show, if you think about it.
She's one of the 3 main protagonists in the entire series.
She's actually the most important out of the 3.
She's the most powerful as well.
She is so in the big 3. You have Luke, you have Hans, and you have Leia. Leia's the only one actually doing shit in that whole thing. Luke is just a farm boy who got thrust into random bullshit. And then you have a cocky-ass, greedy, hungry motherfucker named Hans. And then you have a princess who's not only a fucking general in the rebellion, who's secretly leading the war.
Dude, that's great.
It's so fucking hilarious.
I don't get it because I'm just like... The original Star Wars...
New Hope.
6.
Yeah.
Star Wars 6 where he kills his father, or he kills the Emperor and then his father dies, right?
That's episode...
Spoilers. That's
6. Yeah.
Yeah. There's fucking Ewoks in that, dude. You don't get more woke than that. They're literally...
They're little furry children.
Furry fuckers.
They're furry fuckers taking out giant machines that wiped out planets.
There's little furry fuckers running around, fucking hitting AT-ATs with rocks.
Yep, and the AT-ATs are getting destroyed. Which is like, what the fuck kind of bullshit is that?
Yeah, it's literally bullshit. 3000. It's cool. It's fucking Ewoks were cool. They had and it's like, And it's like, well, Ubisoft is ruining fucking Star Wars. Like, dude, what?
Get over it. It's guys, come on, get over it. It's 2024. Uh,
I don't get it. Through the whole Ubisoft conference, it's like nothing but vitriol.
I think the thing it is right now, it's popular to shit on Ubisoft.
But you don't want this? Look at what's on.
Dude, I want
riding
this.
a fucking speeder bike.
Dude, I am buying the expensive version of this game.
even if you wait for this to go on sale, and you get it for half price, you don't want it.
I'm getting the expensive version of this game. If I can get the collector's edition of this, I'm getting it.
Okay. Like, because you can if you sub to the.
I want the fucking statue to put with my other statues. I got a Batman statue. I got an Uncharted statue. I want a Star Wars statue. I have a.
Where'd you get the Uncharted statue from?
The 3.
Oh. Wow, that's an old.
I got the collector's edition for that one, and I got I have Drake sitting on top of my counter, and he's holding a machine gun, and he's just looking pissed.
But like, so like my point is like, first off, there's a sub, right?
Yeah.
And there's plus, and then there's like Ubisoft Classic.
Yeah.
Right, which is like the cheaper sub, and games that are on Plus launch day one, like Game Pass.
Yeah.
And you get the Ultimate Edition of the game if you're on Plus, which is just like Game Pass. But then if you wait for Classic, it's the cheaper version, right, of Classic, but you still get the game. Classic's included with PlayStation Plus, but it's also cheaper, and the games, like for example, they put like Assassin's Creed Valhalla is on Ubisoft Classic already. It's like if you wait a couple years, you play the game for nothing. And number 3, the games go on sale. I'm pretty sure I haven't seen an Ubisoft game stay at full price for longer than a few months at the most. I want to say Prince of Persia is like the only game I've seen that didn't go really on deep sale for a while. But you don't want it? You're telling me you don't want it. Bullshit. That's what I was saying on another podcast. I was in the chat and I was like, this is going to be the top selling game of 2024.
Oh yeah.
I'm convinced. This game will outsell maybe Helldivers might get this game online. That's Helldivers.
I think this game and Call of Duty are going to be the big sellers of 2024.
Yeah, Call of Duty. I forgot about that one. Shit.
It's a year of a new Call of Duty game, dude. It's always going to be top selling.
And well, hold on. Do they count Game Pass? Because it's on Game Pass now.
Yeah, but true.
So will that hurt its sales?
Don't know.
People are going to get it for free. Yeah. So yeah, I forgot about Call of Duty, of course. But like, you don't want this, really? Like, this is shit. Like, we're watching the fucking 10 minutes. 10 minutes. It's a 10-minute trailer, and it's like, you don't want this. It's open world Star Wars. You go to multiple planets. There's no loading screen. Well, there's some loading screens, but they hide them. But it's like, man. Anyways, I don't want to talk about like, well, oh my God, it's Star Wars and look at all this cool shit. You can watch the trailer for yourself. I'm just interested in like the dialogue around the game and like how people are shitting on it, like it's, and then they're excited for Power Rangers. It's like, come on, man. What the fuck? Look at that. What the fuck? Just jumped off a fucking mountain on a speeder bike. What? There's a bounty hunter. You just tased a bounty hunter. It's fucking cool.
There is no statues.
For What does the collector's edition come with? Nothing.
Nothing. It's the Ultimate Edition. Is digital only. It's $130. 3-day early access season pack. A Rogue Infiltrator bundle. Cosmetic key for Nick, Speeder, and the Trailblazer spaceship. Sabak Shark bundle. Cosmetic for K, her blaster, Nick, Speeder, and the Trailblazer spaceship. And a digital art book.
Meh.
Nope, not worth
Meh.
it. If there was a statue, I would buy the one that has the statue. But there isn't. That's sort
Maybe
of
there's
sad.
one for Assassin's Creed.
That's probably, knowing them, definitely. There's a Steelbook edition, though, I think.
Steelbook. You're
Like
not going to get it digitally?
Well, they give you a code for the digital. They just send you a still cover. It's $80. I'm good. Cool. I guess the research. There is no collector's edition. Sort of sad. But yeah, it's a fucking Star Wars game. People, just be happy you're getting one. They already canceled one Star Wars game on us. KOTOR.
Did they cancel that, or is it just like
the studio went belly up. So unless Sony got someone else to do it, I don't know. There hasn't been any rumors on it at all. So, all right.
Yeah, the video on IGN again. They don't proofread their fucking articles, so the video is foobar. It's not the gameplay. It's the fucking music, the drums and shit. So I'm gonna bring up the gameplay.
Why is the wait? Why are they not showing the gameplay of Assassin's Creed?
Because they fucked up and put the wrong video. Listen,
I'm going
this game is fire, dude. I don't give a shit what you say. Fuck you. You don't like this shit? Kiss my ass. No. It's fucking great. It's okay. Do you like Ghost of Tsushima? You want to Ghost of Tsushima too, right?
Oh yeah.
Who does open world better, Ubisoft or Sucker Punch?
Ooh, that's hard.
Do you want to fucking follow a bird that's like, "Come follow me"?
Honestly, I think I'd probably stick with the Ubisoft games. I know it's not pop.
There's
Like,
gonna be seasons and weather in this game. On top of, and it's next gen only. You don't want it? Fuck you.
I fucking want this game. I know that.
You don't like it because it's a black guy and a chick? Fuck you.
Dude, when I saw his combat in this, I was so pumped.
Dude, look at that fucking big fucking mace on his back.
No, dude,
He's
that's not a
gonna beat
mace.
someone's
That's
head
not a
in with
mace. That's a fucking baseball bat.
He's gonna beat the shit out of. They have like armor in this game,
Dude,
like, break it off.
I was
people.
so fucking psyched with, like, okay, I'm skipping forward to the combat where he's fighting.
Look at the detail on his fucking armor and his helmet.
Oh yeah.
That shit.
And you
This
can
is
pet a
next
fucking
gen
dog. Fuck yeah. Anyways, I'm skipping up forward to where it showed him doing the combat, and that was the first time I noticed that when he was actually attacking people, their armor was actually taking effect. It wasn't. It wasn't a health bar. It was like
you could knock armor off of them.
Yeah.
And fuck them
he was
up.
breaking armor. It was like, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the. Ooh, it's so brutal.
Dude,
look at that shit.
Okay, like at the beginning, he hit that dude with the helmet. The helmet saved that guy's life, and it barely took a little health off, but it fell off. And then he smashed him in the head again.
Next time,
It was dead. It's just like,
gone.
bro, it's so fucking. Ooh.
And then they were talking about like all the fucking oranges and shit that
Oh,
are
yeah.
like flying around. They were talking about that, and it's
How
like
about this?
that doesn't look.
Take that, Bethesda. They can make oranges in their games too.
That doesn't look like shit though. You know what I mean? Like in most games when they have breakable shit, it just flies
yeah.
all over the place. It's like it actually looks halfway decent, but
It looks
but
like they're
here's
taking. They're finally taking. It looks like they're finally taking advantage of the engines. I know that says work in progress on the top right, but I hope they keep this as close to launch when it is. It would
no,
be.
it will be
I hope to God
because
they
this
don't
is
like
coming
lower.
out in November.
Yeah, because I've Ubisoft's done it in the past before with some games where they showed like really cool shit, and then they had to dumb it down for consoles a little.
He knocked that dude's side armor off
Yeah,
just now, and it's lying on the ground.
I watched him just stab a dude in the throat. The dude who was kneeling down in front of the samurai. But yeah, I'm excited to go brutal combat with this guy because it's like fuck yeah.
And you can choose to swap between them like a
On the fly,
where you don't play. You could play as the girl or the guy in any mission.
Yep.
Right.
And they're also doing seasons in this game, so like they'll have year seasons. So sometimes it'll be spring, summer, fall, or winter, and then it'll affect how you play the game too. So if like you're playing Naue or whatever her name is, if it's winter, you can't sneak through the pond.
Right, because the lake's frozen over.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It might also leave tracks, so I wonder if they'll see tracks if you like stealthing through
wondering
areas.
how far that goes. Like if it's like, oh, in the summertime the grass is longer, so there's more hideable grass.
Yeah, but when she was crawling through the grass, she wasn't crouched. She was crawling on all fours.
Right, and I'm just wondering if like there's taller grass in the summertime, or
oh yeah, okay.
Like what? Because like in this sequence they show like it's almost like a tsunami hits the fucking thing she's infiltrating. Their trees are going crazy.
Yeah,
the weather system is going nuts.
I remember watching this and like then like I was like okay, so she's gonna climb that. No, I didn't even see how she even climbed that fucking wall. She just like double jumped and threw her rope up to catch herself.
Yeah, it seems very. Her style seems very different than his.
Oh, they're gonna play differently.
They didn't really show him parkouring that much.
No.
I'm sure he can do it.
I'm pretty sure he's more combat oriented and she is more stealth wise. Like she can kill and be badass. I'm pretty sure, but I'm pretty sure you don't want her to get surrounded by a bunch of.
Look how you can grab people and drag them.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
They didn't have that in
That's new.
Yeah, that's kind of like they have the whole light system, the lighting, and I don't know how much that plays into like your stealth, but
I'm pretty sure
I'm not a big stealth person.
Well, I've noticed in this like there's a lot more civilians in the mission areas than there were in previous games. A lot of times when you enter mission areas, it was just like soldiers.
Just kill everyone.
And you just sort of kill everyone.
Well, Valhalla was like you're raiding a village, you just kill everyone.
Yeah, because the civilians just stay out of the way.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting, like, will you be able to, like, spare people? Like, will there be assassinations where you can, like...
Forgive, or...
they usually don't do that in Ubisoft games.
No, they don't. But
you always kill the guy, but...
Well, no, they did. In Odyssey.
I don't remember.
Yeah, in Odyssey, you killed everyone. You went on a brutal path. Like
that's right. I just brutally murdered
you didn't care who it was. You just killed everyone. But you could make choices where they can live or die, and to build alliances and stuff.
I just never did that. I killed everybody. That's right.
But yeah.
But I think that the clash between the styles of gameplay, will make this game not go stale quicker, right? If you're playing, like in Valhalla, if you play that game for 40 hours, it goes stale. You're like, you get to a point where you're like, I'm doing the same shit over and over and over. Even though you can have different builds and you can do different things, it still kind of goes stale. But if you have, like when you play Syndicate, you have the brother and sister. You can like, it keeps it less stale because you can swap between them if you want. That just looked OP as fuck. And she knocked over a bunch of trees right there. But they did
Yeah.
just disappear, so that's kind of weird, but she's like, I shedded all the blood I need. No, you didn't. You need to kill everyone.
You need to kill everyone in that area before you run away.
Everyone that's red needs to die in that area. But like, this might be summer because it's like raining super hard, or like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's probably
like,
tsunami season.
You might not do this mission. You might do this mission and not see rain.
Yeah, you
all.
might experience a different time. Like, you could be doing it during time of day too. Like, it
Just
doesn't.
showing the season.
Remember, because they said it's like choose who you want to use. You could use Yasuke or you could use Naoe or whatever her name is. And they're like, yeah, you can use them. So like, imagine playing as him. I'm pretty sure he just busts through the fucking main door, or maybe he's escorted. Like he's like, I'm a samurai for hire.
He said before they switched to her, he said we could just go in the front door. They actually said it.
Yeah.
So that's my birthday. I'm gonna be 40 something years old.
I'm excited for this.
I'm gonna be 48 years old. I'm gonna be a 48-year-old samurai. I'm sure the combat I know people are like, Assassin's or Ghost of Tsushima better than Assassin's Creed. The combat probably that's true, but I think the open world design, I think Ubisoft is better at, because Ghost of Tsushima is very flat, and some of the parts of the open world are really annoying. It's like, oh, it's a hot spring or a fucking bird, or like, it's cool like the first 3 times it happens, but when you're on like the 25th bird, you're like, fuck that bird.
Yeah.
You're like, no, I don't like that bird.
Like, I watched some people when they dropped it back on PC here like a month or 2 ago. They were playing it again, and they're playing it on PC, and they're like showing that aspect of like, yeah, look, man, I choose something and like the wind just directs me, and this is so fucking cool. And then like I go back a few hours later and they're still playing, and they're like, man, this is fucking annoying. This bird just won't shut up.
What's going on with PlayStation? I'm a huge PlayStation. Its Discord is coming soon.
Yes.
You can do Discord now, but you gotta like open the Discord on your phone and then flip it over to your PlayStation. It's kind of weird. They're gonna have like the straight Discord open on your PlayStation. Some new suits for Spider-Man 2, in case like you want to go back to that and like, I don't know.
I platinum it. I'm not going back.
Oh, he already platinumed. Like I said, the PlayStation Plus catalog games were announced.
Okay.
And they're available on the 18th, so I guess Monday, or Tuesday. This coming Tuesday, and it'll be Monster Hunter Rise, Motocross 6, Crusader Kings 3, Anno 1800, which I'm gonna play.
Here's the thing about literally all the games that are dropping. I think after us, Monster Hunter Rise and the Motocross one or whatever are gonna be the only ones that are actually games, and the other 3 are just like management games.
Anno and After Us are like ding dingers.
I don't know what After Us is.
It says it's a post-human world, something, I don't know, hunting and shit. I don't know.
Huh.
But this is the only reason I bring this up is me and Mitra might have to become cops.
Oh, Police Simulator.
We might have to go on we might have to bust some criminals.
We're gonna have to. We're gonna pick on the one dude who's actually obeying the law. You're just gonna nitpick him. I think it's co-op.
Yeah, it's 100% co-op. I looked it up earlier because I was like, the only way I'm playing this is if I can play with someone else because it's fucking bullshit.
Okay.
And I probably will only play it for one day, but it'll be fun.
It'll be hilarious.
Uh,
This is something I think I've
but
had on my PlayStation, or not PlayStation, but my PC, or like Steam wish list. But I've never wanted to spend any more than like $5 for it, and it's always like around like the $30 mark or $25 mark. So okay, I know Crusader Kings is a popular franchise. So
yeah, so kind of a weird like
I feel
bangers, but like it's a weird like
well they're dropping some.
PlayStation does a weird job of like giving you a wide variety of genres in their, and then they're like they pull like random shit and they're like, oh, uh this month you're gonna get like a VR. What is this fucking shit? They gave out some Lego games and a VR.
A couple
kayak
Lego
game.
games, some VR game. I don't know.
So it's like probably you won't like more than two things on this list, but
Yeah.
like it's a variety, right? It's a kind of like a variety pack. And then you can click on this article on some things like the Elden Ring DLC and like I said,
Okay.
um,
PS5 players will soon be able to join Discord. I'm excited for that one.
yeah, like Path of like we didn't talk about Path of Exile 2, but that's coming. I don't know what this Unknown 9 is, but there is an MMO coming to PlayStation. Console MMO.
Oh wait, didn't they also announce during the PlayStation showcase? There wasn't a PlayStation showcase, but the whatever. They were what is that one? That was the demo for the PS5.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. I think. Shit, what's it called? Anyways, that was the last thing I was going to talk about was console MMOs. It was they showed a demo. It was kind of like gold armor.
State of play May 2024. There we go. Eurogamer, open up. Concord. Everyone was pissed about that.
Not Concord. No.
Dynasty Warriors Origins. Where is it?
Oh, Chrono Odyssey. That's the name of it.
Oh, I was thinking Astrobot.
Well, Astrobot's gonna be fired.
Okay.
And also, I'm waiting for the Black Desert game. Not the Black Desert, but the other one, Crimson Desert.
Yeah. Okay.
Where was that? Why didn't they show that?
No idea.
This is that Oh my god, what is wrong with my computer right now? What the fuck? This is that Chrono Odyssey game. It's like an MMO on console. I don't know if an MMO can survive on console.
Well, there is one that's so popular, and it's called.
I guess Final Fantasy.
There's Final 14, and there's Elder Scrolls.
God, that game's ass.
And then also.
Look at this shit though. This shit look fire. It looked good.
I'm at their website for Chrono Odyssey.
But it's like when you first watch this, you're like, "Oh, it's a Dark Souls game."
Oh
and
yeah, I remember this now.
And then all of a sudden, a bunch of players show up, and you're like, "What? It's an MMO." I wonder where this game is. That's why I was gonna ask. It's like, what? They didn't show this shit. Like, I was expecting. They did show a lot of shit. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, like, a couple games. This one and what did I say the other one was?
Astrobot?
Oh, but that looks fire, dude. There's like a mage and a paladin. It's got like a big ass spear.
Initially, it says sometime after summer in 2024. but I have a feeling.
Right. Which means they should have showed it if it's ready.
I don't think it's ready.
But this game looks like fucking. This game looks like a fucking blast. The fuck. It's got a mage casting some spells. You got multiple players going ham.
This is a South Korean MMO.
Yeah. I don't care. It looks cool.
2024 State of Unreal.
Yeah,
I'm on the website, ChronoOdyssey.com.
Look at this fight right here. There's so many players. Big ass fucking dragon.
Dude, that looks so fucking cool. That looks like chaotic as fuck.
It'll be. I know it looks chaotic, but man,
I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I don't know if I'd be able to play melee in this. I'd have to like state back because in this situation, I don't know if I want to be up close attacking that thing. I might want to be a mage and just be like, "Fuck y'all."
Shit, you could teleport back to your original location.
That's cool.
That was crazy. Oh, and because it's Korean made, the females look
amazing.
The female character models actually look decent.
All right. Well, whoa.
I'm ready for this one though, I'll tell you. But they didn't show. There's a couple things they didn't show, and I was hoping they'd show it, but they didn't. But that's okay.
I want to check real quick about the PC game show because I think there was like 3 games at the end.
Well, there's the StarCraft studio.
There was
they
that.
made a game, and I want to play that one.
Not Gamers Hub. I want IGN, please. IGN. 10-year anniversary. Is it in order? This is not even what I want.
But
Valheim. Wait, this is.
oh, and they didn't show NCAA football 25 either at any of this Game Fest shit. EA only came with Skate. Like, where's NCAA football, baby? I need NCAA football. I need it. I need a gameplay reveal of the Road to Glory mode or whatever the fuck. Oh wait, they released a trailer today, and it's 26 minutes long. What?
What is it?
For college football 25. NCAA college football. Oh, this is not a trailer. This is the guy talking. Alright, fuck you. Damn you! Oh no, I played college football early and I'm worried. No! Don't do it, man! Game over, man! Game over!
Oh, the most extreme critics are sports gamers.
They're also the most loyal.
Yep. They'll play it anyways. They'll play it
the
nonetheless.
game anyway. Yep, they play it anyway. This shit, though, man, motherfucker. Oh. I want to see, like, what are the modes, you know? Like, can I make my own dude?
What is the game called? It's college football?
NCAA. Yeah, this is... Whoa. I'm playing this 100%. Comes out in a month.
Oh, no.
Hell yeah, dude. This game could be literally trash and I would still play it.
College
That is the fucking curse of the sports gamer. Oh. I wonder if they let you like pick custom animations for your celebration.
No idea.
need to have the Mohawk Shuffle. Yeah, that should be fired. I don't. The trailer was good. I don't know. Whatever. And so I'm looking forward to. Let's. What are you looking forward to?
Star Wars, Assassin's
Yeah.
Creed.
Yeah.
Mainly a lot of Ubisoft games, and then, of course, there is
What from the Xbox showcase?
This
What's
year.
what was your big takeaway from the Xbox showcase? Like what's your one that you're looking forward to?
Honestly, I'm excited for Call of Duty.
I mean, I know Gears, but Gears doesn't come out. Oh, Call of Duty.
Yeah, it's like it's gonna be on Game Pass, so I don't have to spend $70. And then I want a Call of Duty campaign game. I'm just in the mood to play the campaign. That's the only thing about Call of Duty that excites me. Of course, then of course there's Bethesda and Indiana Jones.
Yeah, Indiana Jones.
So,
I know I talk shit about first person, but man, I'm playing that game.
I'm fucking playing it, dude.
I'm playing that game.
I honestly, when I saw the showcase, because I was about to go into the settings and turn off my payments for my Microsoft account. So, because Game Pass or whatever. Because I was not.
You were like ready to be done with it.
Yeah, and then they showed this. I'm like, fuck you all. Fuck you. Fuck. Okay, fine. I'm keeping it. And then of course there's the Starfield DLC. I'm excited for.
They did what they needed to do. Okay.
So.
Yeah, mine are like Star Wars.
They're dropping shit finally for Xbox. Where I feel like, okay, I want to play on my Xbox now. I know I can play this on PC, but I'm gonna play it on my fucking Xbox.
Indiana Jones, like
I'm playing
really
on Xbox.
Went hard at Xbox, but I also like that 33.
Oh yeah, that's like next year, I think,
or whatever. That look because it's turn based.
Mm-hmm.
And then
is that gonna be your big RPG game next year?
I mean,
you're like, okay. Well, technically, I want to say, is that gonna be your Weeb game next year? Because generally, like every year, you choose like one JRPG Weebish kind of game that's turn based or card style, and you play through that whole thing. Yeah. Even though I know it's not a JRPG, the vibes of that was a JRPG. So.
Oh yeah, no, I'm intrigued by it. And then for me, like, I'm probably gonna buy Lego Horizon, and I'm probably gonna buy.
You have fun with that. I'm happy for that. I don't think I'll buy that at full price.
I'm probably gonna buy Astrobot as well.
I saw that game and I thought of you immediately. I was like,
I love Astrobot, dude.
Dude, you played that fucking demo so many times.
Yeah, I platinumed that. I platinumed the Astrobot. I also had the VR one.
Mm-hmm.
And I've played probably the most hours in VR I've played is in Astrobot.
Okay.
Even though I think that the James Bond Beat Saber and the James Bond game, what's it called? I have it on disc. Blood and Truth. I think Blood and Truth is probably the best VR game I've ever played. But I have more hours in Astrobot. So maybe I won't buy Horizon at full price. It is a Lego game. They go down quick.
Fable, if that drops this year.
Fable's look good, yeah. Fable look good. That's what I'm saying.
Then and there's one other RPG game that's coming out. Like, there's so many games coming out that I'm so excited for that I'm going to have to limit to actually what I choose to play. Because, fucking Avowed. I want to play that.
I mean, there's a lot of, like, you're acting as though you're gonna buy those on Game Pass. They're on Game Pass.
Yeah,
So
but
you can just, it's about time.
but no, but
not
it's
about
the
money.
timing. So it's like, what do I want to actually concentrate on playing? Like, I know people are like Doom the Dark Ages, and I'm like, that's cool. I'm excited for that. I was really hyped for it when it showed. I was like, great. But when I sit down and think, I'm just like, there's only so many fucking games I can play. I don't have the patience to play through massive titles as much anymore.
Enjoy your summer.
Yep.
I'm gonna shut my stream down to make a marker.
Yep.
And I'm gonna come back.
Hizzle Game Podcast over. Woo!
So we're good, bud.
Bye.